2, 1. Hello all and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name as always is Emperor Harlan, and I am here with my apprentice, Darth David.
Dark side.
Darth Chris. Darth Justin. And we are live with Star Wars.
The
Rebellion, Game 6. That's right. I'm actually a Jedi. I forgot.
From the Beatles.
I am a Jedi. That's how Alec Guinness talks. I am a Jedi.
Ringo.
This is the stream you're looking for. Yes. And thank you for being here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to be here on this Wednesday night to conclude our, yeah, that's right, episode 1 of our Asia Rebellion campaign. Woo! Yeah. We are excited for about 4 reasons. I'm going to start off with the most obvious one. We're excited to be here with you guys. Aww. We're excited because of what's going to happen tonight. You guys have been doing such a fantastic job in the community, writing vignettes and creating stories and plot lines and figuring out what we're going to do, that I'm so excited to see it all come together. I'm so excited to see David, because I just love David. That's number 3. And number 4, Chris, what's number 4?
Well, I can only assume it's that Star Wars is coming out in 2 days, unless you're in Italy, in which case keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, don't spoil it. If you spoil Star Wars, you are not a Sith. You're not even a Jedi. You're just an asshole. Yep. You're not like evil. You're just a jerk. So don't do it. We are all seeing. I am seeing it Sunday. Justin, when are you seeing it?
Saturday.
Oh, Chris?
Saturday morning.
David?
Sunday?
That's right. So we all get to see it kind of in succession. Yes, 4 friends who are not seeing the movie together. That shows you how much we don't.
Aside from on this camera, we don't talk to each other.
No, we hate each other. Okay, but that is why that's the number 1 reason we were excited. Star Wars comes out this Friday. Holy hell! Something I never thought would have happened. I just want to thank everyone. No, thank you so much for being here. We are excited. If you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give the YouTube video a thumbs up, a like, right now, because it makes us feel better about being ourselves and doing this. You know, I neglect my wife, I neglect my friends, but this makes me feel happy, and every one of those likes just makes me feel a little better. So please go ahead and like that video. If you are a tweeter, then go ahead and follow us on Twitter, because we have a really cool person who works on that, which is Justin for the most part, although not lately. Nope. And most importantly, join our Facebook group. The Facebook group is where you are going to collect experience points to change the way that someone might think about the game, and write vignettes and things like that. The experience points allows you to spend them to affect the way we play the game and to change your character's story and all that kind of stuff. One of the easiest ways to win experience points, besides joining the group and liking our Facebook page, there's the Facebook group and the Facebook page, go like the Facebook page. The easiest way is to be the MVP. Now, typically, the MVP stands for Most Valuable Post, and that's doubly true tonight, as we reward the Most Valuable Post, or should I say, Most Valuable Postage! Oh! We received a letter in the mail from a very special someone who, let's open it right now. I hid it behind it. I didn't open it that fast. That's a Jedi mind trick, right? That's a little bit of from our very good friend Dustin Wright, who wrote us all the way from Texas, although he sent a sort of a Hawaiian card, I think, just to mess with us. Funnily enough, and that is a word, funnily, I know I've debated it, he also included another card within it from Chaosium, which is where he works, which is the company that makes, produces, writes, and sells Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game. So, talk about a small world. Dustin works there. We ran that game. It is a fantastic game. They're a fantastic company. And I'm actually Facebook friends with one of these other guys, Nick. I've also played some stuff with him. So awesome card, guy. I was going to say guys, but it's really from one of you. Thank you so much for sending this kind of stuff. You're putting everyone on the stream to shame, including these guys. We live together, and none of them sent me a Christmas card.
Nope.
And I sent them all.
Think about it.
I know, and I sent them all gratuitous pictures of my penis, and this is the thanks I get.
Why I didn't send you one?
What? Dustin Wright, you win most valuable postage this week for sending us this lovely card. Thank you so much. May the force be with you. Really well done. I know everyone is very anxious to see how this little game of ours concludes, so I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to throw it right on over to our boy Justin, our GM master, who's been running this masterful campaign, master twice, because I'm a master, to tell us a little bit about how the community is going to fit into this last episode for the community mission results, abridged version of some sort. Justin, take her away.
Yeah, GM Master, that's kind of like DC Comics.
Ba-bumps.
But okay, yeah, so thank you, Harlan. There it is.
That's like a Chris joke.
Well, it's super redundant, isn't it? Okay, so yes, community mission this week. I want to thank everybody who's been a part of the Invictus division. As the part of the Alliance, you guys joined up a while ago. I think we've got 11 or 12 or 13 members. So I want to give a round of applause for you guys right now for sticking through all the way to the end. I honestly have to say that all of your vignettes about your characters and the commitment and dedication throughout every week, leading up to the games has been nothing short of fantastic. So thank you guys very much for making this story more fleshed out than it would have been otherwise. So jumping ahead, mission number 6. We're going to be doing this a little bit differently this week. We've got 4 different tasks, as always. We've got bureaucracy, who's tied in with communications. We've got elite covert operatives, the squadron, and the ground forces, and they all have different tasks. But this week, instead of running the entire mission all at once at the beginning of the session and then just jumping to the players, we're going to do a bit of a back and forth. So we're going to start off with the bureaucratic task, and then we're going to jump into the game, and then we're going to be running through the community mission as the game progresses. So it'll all be one giant narrative all at once. All right. So let's get started.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Oh, hey, David.
Have you even said anything? I don't think you even said anything. Hi, David.
It's just a cutout of David that he puts there.
David was late this week. That's why we didn't get to say hi. Hi.
I'm sorry.
Nice guy, David.
Sorry, Justin. Continue.
All right. Mission 6. It is the hour of reckoning. You have just received word that the Imperial Star Destroyer, known as the Nebulous, has responded to Barrick's call for reinforcements and will arrive in the planet's orbit within the hour. With the help of Crichton Agathon, Talroth, Tark Slayton, and Ebronite tribes, you have devised a plan to turn this alarming news into a great opportunity for the Alliance. A single Star Destroyer is at a great disadvantage, and it would be a boon to the rebellion were it to be destroyed. It won't be easy, and casualties are inevitable. But if everyone is at their best and stays true to their duty, this day will be a resounding triumph for the rebellion. I wish we had Star Wars music. What are you doing, Harlan?
This is not a...
No, I was going dun dun.
Nice.
Dun dun.
Da-da! Thanks, David.
No
All right.
problem.
So throughout the week, we've had a bit of a discussion with the community members, and the player characters have worked together to formalize a bit of a plan. And just a quick rundown of the plan. Bureaucracy, it's their task to contact the rebel command for reinforcements, so see if the actual rebel fleet can send any of their ships to help destroy the destroyer. Elite covert operatives, they're going to be teaming up with Tark, Tal, and Crichton to infiltrate Barrack, which is the main city of Ebra. And while the elite covert operatives of the rebellion release the matriarch of the Ebranites, these three are going to be doing something different, and they'll tell you a bit more about their role in the plan in a bit. Eventually, we're going to be getting to the INVICTUS squadron, that they are going to be intercepting shuttles and TIE fighters as they make their way down to the planet from the nebulous. And we've got the ground forces that are going to work to funnel Imperial troops into the canyon and flank them with Bren Saunter and the Geton tribe. So if you haven't been following along, it might not be clear to you quite yet, but...
Sounds like a band. Brent Saunter and the Saundra tribe. Brett Saunders and the Sauntra tribe?
Brett Saunter and the G10 tribe.
Oh, Brett Saunter and the G10 tribe.
Coming right at you.
I love their single, Two Sons.
Nice. Yep. That's a great sound effect. All right, so without further delay, we are going to jump right into you guys. What was your plan for moving forward? You're going to be teaming up with the operatives, right?
Yeah, so after Tal and Crichton and I kind of convened on our own private time and discussed what we thought would be the best way to proceed, we pitched to the briefing room and under the approval of General Lore that the three of us, along with two of your best operatives, would sneak in through the mines and open the blast shield to the landing bay, and that will give you access to the top of Barrack. Otherwise, you won't be able to penetrate it. Now, Crichton has spoken to one of the people inside, and I think Crichton, did we find out if they could help us in?
I do believe that Courtney's willing. I do worry for her, especially with the fact that she's vulnerable in there. So we need to make sure that she's one of the first priorities to escort out of there once we get in. She is willing to help us out and hopefully open up the gate for us.
Once we're within the walls of Barrack, our team, the three of us, and the two operatives from your team that we will be taking in will split up and go about our separate ways.
Perfect. So you run that plan by General Lore, and he approves of it. And while this is happening, communications are in the background. You guys are standing in the what's it called? The deck.
The briefing room.
The briefing room. Where does the communications happen? In Star Trek, where Captain Picard says engage.
The bridge.
All the time. The bridge. Thank
yeah.
you. Yes. You guys are in the bridge when you relay this to General Lore, and in the background you can hear communications officers desperately trying to make contact with the rebellion. And we're going to jump to the bureaucratic task. All right. So, bureaucracy, it was your task to contact Rebel Command for reinforcements. And Harlan, if you could have your dice ready.
Ah! All comes back to me. Failing again. All right, let's do this.
So we've got a difficulty class of 50, and we've got a shout out to Chris Lawrence this week for spending experience to influence the mission. So thank you, Chris. And you are going to get to add 24 to this roll. So you're trying to beat a 26 right now. Let's see the roll. Drum roll.
Here we go!
Oh, no. All right.
The Empire wins again. I was an Empire operative. Man, would that be good.
Okay, so we have a failure. Once again, we do have 15 experience points backed up from Yannick Goosens and his character, the commander of the rebellion. But even that is not enough to bump you guys above the difficulty class of 50. So, failure.
Just to be clear, the failure is not mine, it's them. I'm just rolling on behalf of them. They're the ones that didn't do it.
That's true. This is fate, really, that's working right now.
Shift
Or
the
the
blame.
Force.
Yes. So, the bridge is in a whir of motion as people enter and depart every second, it seems. You tune in and out, or you tune it out, and focus all your attention on the task at hand. This is a communications expert we're talking about. Getting a hold of the rebel fleet. After what seems like ages, you finally get a response. You inform them of the nebulous and your situation on Ebra. And the voice on the other end says, "Negative, Invictus. We cannot afford to spare any ships at this moment. We'll contact you as soon as we can help, but given our current situation, that could be days from now. Your best chance is to sit tight, defend your position, and wait for us to be ready to lend backup." All
Thank you,
right.
Harlan.
So that complicates things a little bit.
It's not my fault they didn't do the job.
Because things didn't work
Son of-
out in this department, we are going to be adding 0 to the mission roll, which means that you're not going to have rebel forces backing you up, and it is up to the Invictus Squadron to take down the Nebulous.
There you go. More power on you.
All right, so we are going to leave the community mission there, and we are going to jump to Tark Slayton, Creighton Agathon, Tal Ruth, and 3 elite covert operatives. Someone was promoted. Theron Lavrentios was promoted to an elite covert operative over the past little bit. So he's going to be accompanying you guys as well.
Oh, I thought we only wanted 2, and I turned to Crichton.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We did only want 2. Who's this third person?
This third person was a communications officer. He helped expose a traitor that was on the Invictus command ship, and he is through years of training and trying to prepare himself for this. He has decided to take the role of elite covert operative that has been offered to him. He's very skilled. He's good at what he does. Not as experienced and seasoned as Teal Koyi and Mallory Evans, but he definitely won't be pulling you guys back.
I take a moment to talk to Tal or General Lore as politely and with as much deference as I can, but I say we were trying to keep this as lean and mean as possible. I think to move quietly, less might be more in this situation.
And he turns to you, and I'm not going to do his voice, but basically he tells you that there are 2 missions right now in the base.
Yes.
In Barrack, not just opening the hangar bay. That's what you guys are supposed to do. But the
Right.
elite covert operatives are also to release the matriarch, who is likely going to be heavily guarded by stormtroopers. So it makes sense for them to have extra operatives on the operation.
Whatever you think is best. But I hope he doesn't compromise our position.
In the meantime, I'm going to go up to Tal and just kind of ask him how he's doing.
Not bad. I mean, I think the best thing for me is just to focus on the mission and to focus on what we need to do. I want to free my mother, but I know that it's really, I don't know. It's not going to happen unless we just focus on defeating the Empire, especially in this case. So I have to keep the big picture in mind.
All right. Hey, in the meantime, if you want to get your mind off something before we leave, I could use a favor of yours. You know that heavy blaster rifle that we picked up from the Lancaster Stormtrooper? Yeah, I think I can outfit its ported barrel onto my sniper rifle, give it a little more of a kick. But my hands are too clumsy to do it. You think you could take a crack at it?
I take the 2 blasters, the sniper rifle, and I try to do that. I guess. Do I do a mechanics roll for that, or?
That's exactly what you would do, yes, a mechanics roll. And depending on your roll, you might actually make it better than Tark is hoping for.
Okay.
So do an average mechanics roll. That's going to be 2 purple die.
Okay.
And I want you to give yourself a boost because Tark is going to be there and he has the knowledge and ins and outs of the weapons.
No, you want the gun to point this way, not towards...
Well, that goes here and that goes there.
Yeah. I was just watching that last night. No, that goes there. And that Why'd you take this off? I want to leave.
Okay.
Empire.
Empire. Yeah.
Okay.
When Chewie's working on it.
Yeah. When they're trying to leave cloth.
I feel like what have I done? I just asked what movie that is. You know what? Of all the Star Wars movies, that's the one I remember the least, and that's the one I've
that's the one most people argue is the best.
That's the best one.
I know, and I keep on watching it, and I keep on forgetting everything that happens.
That's good though. Surprise.
All right, David.
Okay, so what's the what is it again?
2 purple, and then whatever your mechanics roll is, plus a boost.
Yeah, I don't have that up.
And if you want to, actually, let's do this roll. Are you going to use destiny points? Because
yes.
we have to do that as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's do destiny first.
Well, he's figuring that out.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody roll 1 white destiny.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah!
All right.
4 so far.
David, don't let us down.
Don't let us down, David.
Don't pull a Harlan.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, you know what? Oh, sorry.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, so we have 4 light side points and 1 dark side point to start this session off. So you guys are going to be hitting the ground running with all of your points.
Final one. We got to do it.
So when you do this mechanics roll, Tal, do you want to use a destiny point or do you want to save it and just do your mechanics roll?
I give a little look at Tark and I go. I say subtly in a not so. I don't know. Anyway, I say, should I use a destiny point with my eyes?
And I would say,
what's a destiny point?
No, I trust you, Tal. You have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. My computer's being super slow.
Your roll is 2 yellow, 1 green.
I thought so.
2 purple, 1 blue.
2 purple, 1 blue. Okay.
Chris is falling apart.
By the way, if you're watching this,
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
My white
gold.
discount the white ones on there though.
the 2 light side points. Oh, those 2 light side points are ruining it. I can't read it otherwise. I was just gonna say,
the best gun in the galaxy.
If you're watching this right now, an idea for you. We can't play Star Wars music right now because it limits the people that can watch. Anybody from Germany can't watch if we use Star Wars music. So if you are watching this though, feel free to put on a Star Wars soundtrack in the background, and maybe things will line up to a point that
just like Wizard of Oz and that Pink Floyd album.
Yeah. Or Mary Poppins and the music from The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Inception and
or Inception and the Hawaiian movie with Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Blue Hawaii.
That's it.
Or Home Alone and I'm sorry.
And the Goldfinger.
And Metallica. All right, so back to this roll. So we've got a triumph, we've got 2 advantages, and we've got 2 successes. So
the best roll we've ever seen.
That is amazing. And
kind of a waste
on top of it.
A mech warrior, a mech suit. I just spit all over my computer. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You got excited.
A mech system he makes. It's so good.
You actually make it better than Tark was hoping for. Much better. Not only will it have the extra damage of the blaster, and thank you, Harlan. He's brought up the stats of his weapon. So the damage is going to be 10.
Woohoo!
You are going to crit on a 3. Basically, because of everything, you're going to get the stats of the heavy blaster, but you're going to keep it on your sniper rifle.
Nice.
So cumbersome
not
2.
Not auto-fire.
Not auto-fire. That's the only thing that you don't get on your sniper rifle.
Wait,
Uh,
I don't figure out a way. To put the autofire
Wait,
on?
cumbersome too?
I try
Cumbersome
really
too.
hard.
Oh, nice.
And lastly, for your first shot with the gun, you're going to get an extra boost.
Woo!
For the
It's a
advantages.
boost gun.
So that's just for your first shot, and then it's gone. But that's a
Like a star
result
weapon.
of
Call it.
Cal's expert mechanics skills.
Oh man,
Thank you, Tal. Thank you. I knew you could do it.
no problem.
The sniper is now worth 35,000 credits. Is that boost just the first shot ever, or the first shot every encounter?
Just the first shot ever.
Oh, to clean the barrel.
Like right now. But then,
Oh, damn it!
he might be able to do more mechanics rolls in the future to try to get you more boosts.
That'd be cool if every first shot was a boost, but it would be very overpowered. So never mind.
All right, so we're gonna jump ahead. So you guys, do you have anything to do?
I see what he did to his gun, and I hand him my vibro spike and go.
Sure, why not? Well, there is a quartermaster on board. His name is Damian Tarek. He's the rebel quartermaster, and you don't see too much of him. He's kind of a quiet guy, kind of keeps to himself and his items. But he is on board. So if there are any extra parts that you want to buy or grab, any med kits you want to buy, or extra equipment, you are more than welcome to hit him up and see what he's got.
I would check to see if he had a vibro axe.
A vibro axe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let us see. Okay. So you make your way down to the quartermaster's shop or warehouse. And let's see if he's got a vibro axe. He does. Yep, he's got a vibro axe there. He's got it listed. Well, it doesn't really cost anything for the rebellion, but because you're new, he'll probably charge you a little bit.
Well, I still have my 500 whatever from the beginning.
Yep. So it's normally 750, and he'll charge you 250.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect.
What's
Okay.
the damage on that?
Damage is Pierce 2. Oh, sorry. Damage is 3.
6 billion.
+3.
Yep. Plus 3.
Yep.
And encumbrance is +4 encumbrance. It's a big axe. It can be customized 3 times, and it has Pierce 2, Sunder, and Vicious 3. Pierce 2, Sunder, and Vicious 3. So that's the vibro axe. It's actually lucky that he's got it. They're pretty rare, but it just so happens that on the last planet that he was on, he happened to nab it. And
How much is it, though?
How much is it?
Yeah.
250 it costs me.
250, or otherwise 750.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
not super rare.
It's on
It's not
sale.
like a lightsaber.
It's on sale, yeah.
Lightsaber costs 10,000 credits, for anybody who was wondering, and it has a rarity of 10.
Wow. What does Vicious 2 do?
Vicious
Don't worry
2. I want you to look that up.
Yep.
And look up all the stats on that so that you're ready for when you guys reach a combat encounter, which is likely to happen. And other than that, Tal, was there anything that you wanted to pick up while you're at the quartermaster?
I was thinking of upgrading my holdout blaster up to the next one. I forget what it is, but
Holdout blaster, you can upgrade it to light blaster pistol.
yeah, I feel
Or
like that's
you could-
probably.
Yeah, or you could go up to just a regular blaster pistol.
Those are both considered light, ranged light, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to that.
And if you've got 700 credits, I think you've only got 500.
Yeah.
But if you've got 700, there's a heavy blaster pistol. Oh wait, no, it's the Rebellion, so he can help you out. So if you wanted to get a heavy blaster pistol, it'll cost you 200.
I think that might be a good idea, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah. Do you guys think? I'll ask advice. Do you guys think that we'll need sort of like me with my holdout blaster, kind of keeping it concealed.
I think that would probably be the best bet. Yeah.
Like so don't even.
I think
I can't conceal the other pistols. Can I?
Yeah, no, I would say keep with the holdout because Crichton and myself are going to be pretty heavily armed, but they're also going to be very obvious.
Well, that raises another point, is that your guys' plan, for those who didn't catch it, is you guys are going to open the hangar bay, and you're going to how are you going to get Genton to... you're going to get Genton to a certain location where
No, we're not doing
that.
that.
You're not doing that. What are you doing?
We are opening the hangar doors. Oops.
Yeah.
That's it. These
So
guys
you're
are
not
gonna
attacking
take it.
Genton or anything?
No, why would we want to? We're going to take down Genton, that's right, sure.
Okay. What's happening with the Ebranites?
Nothing is happening with the Ebranites.
Oh, okay.
We are not sure. I think they're peaceful people.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you guys are going to make your way into the barrack, and you're going to open the hangar bay door.
Yeah, correct. Well, I mean, like, okay, I guess it doesn't really matter now. But basically, our plan is this. Right? It doesn't matter now because it's going to be, you're going to see it. So, fine. Here's what we found out during the conversations during the negotiations or while the briefing was happening. We found out that the source is located nearby. We found out the location of the source in the book. So we've developed a plan to utilize the local Ebranites to our advantage. And we're going to have to get Genton on our side somehow.
So that complicates things a bit.
But the important thing is we're going in to open the blast doors so that the rebellion can come in and attack Barrack. The rebellion does not know about the location of the source.
Okay, good. So, is there anything else you guys want to do on the mission? Before you leave for the mission, that is.
Can I use some of the XP to upgrade my negotiation?
Yes,
yeah, you
yes.
have 30 XP.
These guys earned 30 experience points throughout the week, and you guys can upgrade your characters if you haven't already.
Okay, so I'll upgrade my negotiation. How much would it cost me to get up to 3 blackness?
That'll cost 15.
15? Okay, I'll go. Can I go up 2 more on negotiation? Actually, no. I'm going up to. I'm only at 1 black right now. So if I go up 2.
Oh, if you want to go up to 3, okay. So then that'll cost you 25.
Okay, I'll just do that. Yeah, I've got. I'll use 25 on that, and then I've got 2 yellow and 1 green on negotiation now. And I'm gonna stick with my regular holdout blaster.
I hate to do this to make it to waste time, but I'm not going to take the Vibrax only because my character really wouldn't use it.
No.
It's just made for doing critical amounts of damage, and I don't think that's who Crichton is.
Fair enough. I mean, maybe
You're not a Gimli.
It's made for like lobbing people's arms and stuff off. And that doesn't sound very good.
Maybe we want to do that.
No, don't want to do that.
Freedom! Anyway, that's a terrible joke.
All right, let's do this. Let's get on with the plan.
Okay, so you guys are ready?
Yeah, I will also purchase a small holdout blaster just in case the worst happens.
Okay, fair enough. Holdout blaster doesn't cost a whole lot.
Well, I have 350 credits.
For helping out.
Perfect.
Yeah,
It's
this
all
should give
yours.
it to us. Quartermaster, give it to us for free.
He says, well, I can't give it to you for free exactly.
Then I'm not helping your rebellion.
Drop me
You
off
need
to the
me a
next-
whole lot more than I need you. What, do you want me to walk in there?
We
I
gotta
feel like he wouldn't really have a... I would just go to the general. General, I need a holdout blaster. Can I borrow yours?
I don't have a holdout blaster.
People know me. They know I haven't
you
got
can
a...
get a holdout blaster for 50 credits. You got to spend something.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
there's
we have-
rebellion.
We have blaster pistols from... Oh, you want one that you can hide.
Oh, whatever. It's not worth it. 50 it is.
Yeah.
Done. Deal. Holdout blaster's mine.
What about those splicing spikes?
Yeah, that would be a good idea, but fuck it, I'll buy them. I'll buy a few splicer.
And how much do splicing spikes cost?
Don't know. A scout, sneaky guy would know it, but apparently I'll do that too.
I'm sorry, I'll look.
I'll buy them.
I don't even know what a splicing spike is.
They're the things that hack computers to get into.
Oh yeah, what like R2D2 has?
Sure. You would have it, and you would know about it, and it would be your thing, and I messaged you to buy them, but clearly you don't want to. Oh.
Okay, all right. Scanning, drugs, communication, calm jammer, slicer gear, 500 credits.
Oh shit! Forget that.
From him, you could get them for 200.
Shit! What else is really expensive?
Well, the way this normally works, he doesn't
sell it later.
He wouldn't have everything, but the way this normally works is usually there's the whole duty system in Star Wars that we have not taken advantage of at all. And with duty, you can get basically presents from the rebellion, and these guys never got anything because we didn't really play into the duty system too much. So I'm giving them a big boost now for buying equipment for the final mission.
Okay.
Instead, now that they're in contact with the rebellion.
Can I get some concealed armor?
Concealed armor?
Yeah, because
is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just.
Let's see.
I don't know if you
wear a heavy cloak.
Padded armor.
Okay.
You've got your environmental gear. It's pretty unassuming.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got armor.
I just upped my negotiation and stuff like that. The armor would give me away in most cases. So.
Yeah, if it was noticeable.
I'm still gonna be wearing the stormtrooper armor because I don't really care.
All right. My voice just cracked. Okay, so are we ready to move forward?
Born ready. Now we're going in to open the blast doors to help the rebellion. Nothing else. Everything else is none of your goddamn business.
That's right. Okay, so General Lore wishes you luck, and as you make your way down the halls of the command ship, other people shake your hands and wish you luck. The Authorian from before you recognize, and a few of the pilots walk by you as they head to their hangar. And how are you guys getting there?
We're going to, I guess, Tal. Can you get us close in the ship without?
Yeah, I think so. I think
we need to get to a mine entrance, so it's to the mines, really.
Yeah, no, we'll go back up to our ship and then go through the tunnels again and follow the map that we followed before.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll lead us there, right?
Yes, it will. Yeah. It will. There is a chance you'd have to fly really, really low because once you get out of the tunnels up to the north. Actually, you know what? There is. You'd have to fly really low if you want to get there, and the tunnels will take you about 2 hours to get to where you want to go.
Right.
Which might be a little bit too long.
Should we just go for it and just fly there?
No.
No?
No, the whole plan hinges on us getting in quietly. Remember, the rebellion cannot enter Barak from the front. We need to get in, open the blast doors to the top, so that their ship can hover over and they can rappel inside. If we don't get in and disable the blast doors, none of it happens. We need to get in unknown or undetected.
Okay. So, Tal, you could make your way through the tunnels and get to the open area to get out of the tunnels in 2 hours if you fly normally. If you fly very quickly, you'd be able to shave off time.
Yeah, I'll use a force
15
point.
minutes for every success, right?
Yeah, so I would use a force point as well to encourage this action. So I'd say we go through the tunnels. It's the only option we have, so I'll try to go quickly, and I'll use a force point as well. So.
All right.
So I take some sedative to make myself a little bit more calm during this flying because I hate it so much.
And one of the operatives turns to you as you guys are making your way to the ship, and this is Theron, the new guy.
Yeah.
He says, "Don't like flying."
I loathe it.
All right. Well, best of luck. I'm sure we'll make it. You trust your pilot friend?
With my life, otherwise I would not be doing this, as I hate flying.
And he chuckles to himself as you guys make your way up the canyon. And he smiles and says, "Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right."
Do I feel like he's being, like, why is he talking to me? Do I trust this guy?
He seems a little nervous. He doesn't sound.
Do I, like, because I'm nervous about flying, do I think that maybe he's tampered with my machine, ship?
No, you don't get that impression.
Okay.
The impression you get is that he's genuine. He's in a new position. This is his first mission as an elite covert operative, which is a huge jump from communications officer.
Right.
And he is a little nervous himself because, I mean, this is some intense stuff, going behind enemy lines and facing down the Empire from behind. So he's nervous.
Mixed metaphor there. The Emperor.
You guys get the idea.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Nonetheless, I will be keeping an eye on all three of them.
Okay.
Not me. I'll be trying to meditate and not be there.
Yeah, I'm no use. And also, I will be pulling Tal and Crichton aside just before we get on the ship and telling them good luck. Good luck.
Thanks.
You too, Tark.
Also, don't mention the war. I think I got away with it once, but don't mention the secret hold that we discovered on board.
I was thinking of that too. It might come in handy.
Just in case. Let's keep it under our hoods.
What secret?
Exactly. We don't. Who needs force convincing when you have that bluffing?
All right.
These are the droids you're looking for.
I will help. I will use mechanical, or what was I using? Yeah. I will help Tal fly the way I was before.
Okay. So that's going to give him a boost.
Yep.
And same with Tark. You're going to operate the guns.
No.
Yes.
The operatives are there as well.
Yeah, I'm going to give the operatives the positions of manning the guns.
I don't want to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just don't want to put ourselves. I don't want to put my back to any of them. Not that I don't think they're going to kill me. They're well, at least one of them is young blood. I don't know if he knows what he's doing, and I don't want So I'd rather I would assign the two senior operatives to the top and rear and bottom guns, or whichever there are. And I would have the other kid do it.
There's no bottom gun. It's just a top gun.
Then I would have one of them to the top. Whichever one I see first. Miriam? Is that her name?
Nice.
That is... Oh, what is her name?
Tom Cruise.
Mallory.
Mallory, top gun.
Okay. And she
Ice.
nods. She's all business. Yeah, I think she's all business. So she nods.
She's like me.
And she heads straight up.
And the other one, I would tell him to man the shield station or whatever Tal would. I don't know. You know what? The other two, I'd tell go tell Tal. Go
Press
ask Tal
that button repeatedly.
Are any of them?
So Theron and Teal walk in. Teal she sits back and puts her feet up on the hollow chest table.
I slap him off.
Teal is the what's her name?
She's the new one, right?
Twi'lek. She's the Twi'lek. Teal.
Oh.
She's a.
I do like Twi'leks.
Really tough. She obviously doesn't care about anybody's opinion. She sits back and puts her feet up. And
I think I'd slap him off. I think that's disrespectful. That's rude.
Slap her feet off?
Yeah, I'd say this isn't your ship.
And
Sit
she
up
gives
like you're a goddamn soldier, because that's what you are. We're about to go to war.
She's chewing something. She's chewing some sort of chewing tobacco, I guess. And she just gives you a look and just kind of looks around. She doesn't say anything. Theron makes his way up to the cockpit, and he says, "Hey, is there anything I can do?"
I say, you know what? You can help with communications. I know that seems to be your forte. It is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working communications for years.
You can help with communications. Assist Crichton in that. And do you know if any of the three of you are good at flying? Anyone can maybe give me a helping hand?
Well, I know we all have training in flying. I know Teal is pretty good, but it's not my strongest suit.
Okay. Now,
But
I'm just
Teal
looking.
definitely. She's flown a day or two in her life.
I'm just looking for any way for us to get there as quickly and as safely as possible. So if you know of any way that can help us, that'd be great.
Um, he says, yeah. Well, I'll send her in.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Teal comes in, and Theron kind of waits, nervously by the door. He's not like shaking or anything, but you can tell he's a little apprehensive. And
Yeah.
Teal looks around the cockpit, and she just immediately starts tweaking knobs and turning things and pulling levers, all the while chewing on her tobacco. And at one point, she goes to pull a lever, and it's stuck, and she yanks it, and it comes out with a big crash. And she looks at it, and she tosses it aside, and she pulls out some sort of device from her belt, and she starts working on the top of the cockpit where the piece came out.
This is the girl I slapped when I
Yeah,
slapped her.
yeah.
on the thing.
Yeah.
I look up inquisitively, and I'm just going,
Yeah, before we did we leave already?
no, not yet.
No.
Does
Kick her
shouldn't
off.
we get a new thruster thing, like a
Oh,
proper
not
one?
the one from the from the one from the.
Oh shit.
Let's
Just got one of those.
Let's just assume the
Okay.
rebellion did a
I just
once over
go-
on our ship.
I just
at
go-
least.
Okay. I look up at her and say, "What are you doing with my ship?
I'm tweaking it.
What's wrong?"
Well, by the looks of what I saw down there, you've got a propulsion computer that is for a land speeder. Is that right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have a lot of power, but I can reroute the power that it has to make it as efficient as possible, and it should be flying almost like a ship. We'd be able to get it out of orbit with this, out of the atmosphere, that is.
You know what? I've got this strange feeling that you know what you're doing. Just as long as I can watch.
And so she goes back up, and she's definitely got an attitude about her, but you are accurate in that sense that she definitely knows what she's doing.
All
That's
right.
fine, so long as she's doing it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
All right.
And work on the goddamn ship.
So
So-
she pats her hands together and says, "You should be good now," and she walks out.
Cool. All right. So
And I
just like-
hire as she walks out.
all right. I go. Let's get this puppy off the ground.
All right.
And we embark.
Use a force point.
Yeah, I'm using the force point.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now, do I get a boost as well?
Definitely. You get a boost from Crichton. You are going to get. I would say that Theron would give you a boost as well from communications. He's very good at reading radar.
Yeah.
So he would know, he'd be able to work the laser really well and know your surroundings. So
Yeah.
you'll get another boost from him.
Yeah.
And your ship is much better is better at handling now.
Yeah.
So you can do a speed of 3, I believe.
Okay.
The only thing that you can't do is go into hyperdrive. That's the only thing that without a regular Starship propulsion computer you can't do.
Okay.
But Teal has fixed things up to a point that you can do a lot.
Okay. All right. So, and then I do, what's it called? Planetary piloting.
Yes, planetary piloting,
Okay.
and it's going to be a difficulty of. I don't remember what I did before, but we'll say it's 3. It's hard. I think it was hard that I did.
So how many boosts do I get exactly?
You're getting 2 boosts.
Okay.
And
Force point.
you've got a force point, so that upgrades one of your greens to a yellow.
All right. So take away that. Oh shit! 3 yellow.
So your handling is 0. So you're not going to get any negatives from your handling. So that's
Okay.
good.
So really, the only thing is just the 3 purple.
3 purple, yep, and then whatever your boosts and skill is.
Cool. All right. So as I lift off, I get a. Let's see what type of feeling I get.
Mean that.
What is it?
It is a success. Okay, so you managed to shave 30 minutes off of your 2-hour trip.
Okay.
That's cutting us pretty close to the Empire ship, isn't it?
It is. It's cutting you very close. And you actually, while you are making your way through the tunnels, Creighton, your radio starts to receive a signal, and you hear from the rebel base that the Nebulous has arrived. And General Lors on the other end, he says, "Are you in position?"
Oh yeah, we're almost there.
This is where. Did we all hear this, or just Crichton?
Well, where are you? Are you in the lounge, or are you in the cockpit with them?
I'm watching wherever Theron and Teal are.
So Theron's in the cockpit. Teal is in the main area.
I would have stayed with Theron, and what I want to do is, while this proceeds, I want to be watching him. I want to see how he reacts.
All right. So Theron says, yes, it should be about 15 minutes now from where we are.
Should give us enough time by the time they to get into position.
Ask them if they've started sending down troops.
I proceed to ask. It's like, have they unloaded yet?
Negative. They are holding back. Our Invictus squadron is standing by, ready to intercept.
Okay, hold off. Let's try to make this a synchronized attempt. Okay.
So, Tal, you reach the surface. You reach the junction where all of the tunnels are branching off. That one long tunnel that leads down. Where would you like to go? Would you like to go up to the surface and fly low to the ground and hope that they don't spot you? Would you like to go back up to Mulder's base? Where would you like to set yourselves?
Were we thinking of going to the doors to open them up? Wait, I'm missing something.
So getting up to where the hole is, it's a long speeder ride away from Barrack.
Okay.
But you'd be approaching from a very unexpected angle.
Yeah.
That their radar may not be set towards that. They've probably focused a lot of their attention towards where the rebels are down in the Grifthorn Canyon. Right. So it would be much easier to fly on the surface, very low to the ground, and keep as much cover as possible on your way to Barrack, and it would only take about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do that. I mean, I'll look over at Crichton and Tarek and say, I don't know. Do you think we should do this? I mean, I know we can get there faster, and we need to get to the city. What do you think?
I think you should keep your eye on where you're flying, and yes, we need to get there faster.
Yeah, we both trust your decision making, Tal. You don't need to double check with us. We trust you.
Yes, and as the reason Crichton says that is there at those two disadvantages. As you are flying, you do come to a few spots that rocks are jutting out, and you have to strain the ship in order to avoid it.
Okay.
You catch it just in time, but your ship suffers 2 strain.
My ship suffers how many strain? 2 strain?
2 strain.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I say. All right. Let's just. I feel like there's no other way to do this. Let's just go to those doors and see if we can get in.
And Theron says, I don't know if you've considered this, but if we're going to be flying on the surface, it may be a good idea to turn down some of the systems to reduce our power output.
That sounds great to me. Do you know how to do that, or should we get Teal?
Well, as all that had happened, I did want to be watching Theron. So give me a chance. It can be after this, but I want to roll his reaction to the initial news that the Empire ship is here.
Okay.
I'm looking for micro expressions of happiness, if anything.
Okay, yeah, sure. So go ahead and roll. What would that be? That would be
Perception?
cool.
Perception.
Cool, I think it would be cool because you're trying to notice his deception.
Perfect. It's about time. And what's the difficulty?
It's going to be easy difficulty.
Okay. Do I get a boost for taking the advantage of the news to try to see past his facade? Because I'm using a specific...
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a big. It's kind of like important news, so definitely there would be an emotional reaction.
Okay. So 1 purple, 2 yellow, and 1 blue. Let's see if he's a liar. Triumph, 2 hits, and a disadvantage.
Okay. So as soon as you hear the words, or he hears the words Empire, you see his brow furrow, and his eyes mist over, and he kind of loses focus and kind of stares off in one direction, as his eyes begin to redden, and he shakes his head and then says, he says about the power output.
Fair enough, and all that would be indicative of him being
Angry,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then at that point, before the conversation would continue, I would have stepped up and moved out towards where Teal would be sitting, and then these guys would continue.
Perfect. Okay, so you make your way out that way, and Tal, you would know how to reduce the power output.
Okay.
You could reduce your handling, and you could reduce your... If you're going in a straight line, you could reduce your handling and fly above the rocks.
well,
Or you could keep your handling and reduce... What were you
I
going to
make
suggest?
the suggestion to turn off the armament. There's no need for us to have the gun at the ready, right? Because we're not going to use it, hopefully, at this point. So turn that right off.
Yeah, we can always turn it on if we need to.
And you can even turn down the shield to a certain extent. Because I imagine we're not going to be in combat.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Alright, so I twist some knobs and pull some levers, push some buttons,
Good.
and
good.
all that stuff happens.
He knows it. He knows his stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Are you actually a pilot, David?
I am.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, so you decide to go above land, and you turn off your guns.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea. You turn off your shields, or down a certain amount, and your power output is significantly reduced, which is going to make it harder if they do have radar set on this area, which they likely do have some perimeter radar around Barrack. It's going to be harder for them to pick you up.
Yeah.
So as long as you stay low, I'm going to have you do one more planetary check. Planetary flight.
Yeah.
And this is going to be an average roll because it isn't as dark. It is twilight. The moon is rising in the sky. The sun has set, but there is a purple glow along the horizon where it's set. So.
Oh, what a beautiful image.
There is still some light.
Yes. Any boosts?
I will give you a boost again for communications and for Crichton helping you out with the guns.
So two boosts?
We'll give you 3 because of the shields being
Right.
down as well. So
Okay.
the power output counts as 2, and then and then Theron helping you is 1.
Great. Okay. So and no force points this time. All right. But
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So in no time at all, you arrive at the designated location, a place behind Barrack, not too far, that leads into a ventilation shaft towards the mines. And you'd have to proceed any further by foot, but this is where you enter into the mines.
Cool.
Now, as they were doing that, because obviously that was some time, I would have gone back to Teal and sat across from her. So if you want to continue with them for a bit, but I want to jump back a bit in time to go over that.
Perfect. Okay. So while Tal is flying across the landscape, Tark, you've got about 10 minutes to interact with Teal. And you see her, and she's wandering around. She's looking at some of the plants you have on board, and she's poking around the back. And actually, no. When you find her, she is standing at the supply area where you guys, like the warehouse area, cargo. And she's got her arms folded, and she's looking right at the secret door.
I walk up to her, and I place my rifle down. I lean it against the door, and I stand right next to her, and I look at her from the side, and without breaking eye contact, I reach out and I press the button that opens the secret door.
And she turns to look at the door after making eye contact with you, and she sees the small slit, and she makes a gesture with her hand as if to ask, "May I?"
And I nod as if to say, "You may."
It's funny because as soon as there's something illegal on the ship, now she's like, "Okay, all right, let's ask." So she walks up to it, and she looks inside. And what did you guys do with the bodies?
We moved them all out.
You moved them all out.
Yeah, because we were going to destroy them, remember? Actually, no, we didn't, and then I put them back in, so they're all still there.
So they're all still there. So she looks in, and she sticks her head back out, and she says, "This couldn't have been you." And she puts her head back in. And she says, "I've seen worse." And she makes her way back into the lounge and sits back on the bench where the hollow table is, and is about to put her feet up, but then she remembers and puts them back down on the ground.
And I shut the door, and I walk back over to her, and I say, "No, they were here with the ship when we found it, but I thought maybe we should keep them in case we need some decoys. Dead bodies are worth a lot more."
Rather than jettisoning them?
Which would be the idea if we need to.
Makes sense to me. You think they'll come in handy in Barrack?
And I say, "Let's hope not." And I sit down across from her, and I take off my hat, like I just did now, and I look at her and I say, "Do you trust Theron and Mallory?"
Yeah.
And as she says that, I'm going to read her perception-y wise.
Sure, okay. So again, it would be cool if she was trying to deceive you.
Right. Same roll or minus a boost?
I'm going to say it's going to be actually a hard roll. It's going to be difficult because she is obviously a lot more trained in interrogation and keeping her emotions to herself.
Okay. And a success, but a disadvantage.
Okay. So you can tell she's being honest with you. She trusts them. And she says, "Listen, I trust them both with my life. I've worked with Mallory we've been through a lot. And Theron, he just went through something pretty traumatic. So I trust him too, because he was the one who whistleblowed on the imposter. Did you hear about that?"
No.
I'm not going to get into it now because we're almost there. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know how well I trust you guys.
Well, put it this way. General Lore mentioned to me specifically that there was a traitor, or a suspected traitor, amongst your group. The only dog we have in this fight, and I'll tell you straight up, I don't care about the rebellion, I don't care about the Empire. We're in this fight right now to save our city. If after that point you guys have shown your true colors and it's something that we want to stand behind, then yeah. But up until that point, we're in it for ourselves and our city, and that's it.
Fair enough. We get into Barrack. We reach the prison quarters. We part ways.
Glad we have an understanding. I stand up and I walk to the front of the ship. And when I approach to Crichton and Tal, I talk to them. I kind of say, I looked at all three of them. I think they're relatively trustworthy. The only one I didn't speak to was Matt.
Theron is there. Theron is there.
Well, then I whisper it.
And then we all look at Theron and giggle.
All right. So while this happens, as you stick your head in there, Tal is just setting the ship down in the agreed upon location.
Oh, thank God, oh, thank God, oh, thank God, oh, thank God.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, let's roll. I don't say it like that.
So we are going to flash forward. You guys make your way off of the ship and you head into the mines through.
Well, I'm going to say that Miriam, sorry, Mallory, Teal, and Theron yeah. You guys head in the middle. Crichton, why don't you take the lead?
Sounds good to me.
With Tal, and I'll head up the rear.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all head into the mines through the ventilation shaft. It's just a crude hole.
Stay in the ventilation shaft. Sorry, but every reference to Star Wars is gonna get requoted. That's episode 1, by the way. It's the thing with the thing right here. Like Alex would know what I'm talking about. It's got one of these things.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I have.
That guy's like talking through a piece of like wax paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, Star Wars, you're ruining my game with all your references.
Damn, Star Wars, you're ruining Star Wars.
All right, so we're going through the ventilation shaft.
Yes, you're heading in. Very crude once again. It's just a hole, essentially, to let air out for the miners, because there's a lot of fumes and explosives down there that if they didn't have a ventilation shaft, then it would be pretty toxic for them. So you get to the end, and Mallory and Teal both have grappling hooks with ropes. You guys would too, probably, from working in the area. So you guys are all able to secure a hook and grapple your way down to the mining floor.
Nice.
And it's a vast open area. It's basically an underground quarry, cave quarry. And you make your way towards the entrance where you are to meet Courtney.
Okay, and I'm stealthing the whole way. I'm leading the way.
Okay.
And I'm signaling back to them whenever I see it's safe, but I'm pausing, really listening, using as much sense as I have to make sure it's safe before we move ahead.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm the opposite. I'm staying far behind with my scope casually dancing on the backs of the 3 rebel soldiers we don't quite trust.
So do you guys have any stealth? Tal
I do.
And Tark?
I'm leading the way, and I do have pretty good stealth.
Okay.
I think I do. I have 3 green.
I have
3
2 yellow
green
and a
stealth.
blue.
But not trained in it? Or sorry, but Tark and Tal, you're not trained in it?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So if you're not trained in it, it's going to be a setback. You guys are going to give a setback to Crichton. Nice. Thank you, Harlan. We're past the ventilation shaft.
I know, I didn't realize it was there, though.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be 2 setbacks, Chris. Unless Tark has stealth. Stealth, Tark?
Why does it matter what they have?
Back. Yeah, I'm so far back.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like, I keep checking the way.
Yeah, I'm sniper range to Tark, or to Crichton, so that if someone attacks Crichton, I could shoot them. So that's how far away I am.
Perfect. Okay, so Crichton, I'm going to get you to roll, and it's going to be 1 setback.
So 1 black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever your skill. It's going to be an easy check.
So 1 purple.
Yeah, 1 purple.
Okay. So a success and 2 advantages.
Okay. So, you manage to, no problem. You sneak your way through the mines, and as you walk, you become more and more confident that there's nobody down here. The mines are pretty much exclusively for the villagers. Why would anybody else be in the mines? Why would they guard the mines? And the secret entrance that you know about, that Tark knows about, is actually through the hospital. Because the mines also open up into the cemetery where all of the dead bodies go, and there is a direct line there from the hospital. So where you guys are going, there's not going to be any guards. The soonest you guys would run into guards would be in the hospital.
Right. So that means that I can bring the other guys up closer. I go back, relay that information, say, let's stay a little closer. I think the coast will be clear at least until we make it to the hospital.
Cool.
I still expect Tark to stay back as he's watching us more than, he's only useful from a distance anyways. Hear that, Tark? You're only useful from a distance. Like Pumbaa.
All right. So I'm going to flash forward a bit, guys. You make your way up the mines. Now, with the advantage that you got, Creighton, you do realize, too, that this mines, they've got a lot of explosives down here. You may be able to find something that you guys could use if you wanted to create a loud bang at some point, but you'd have to look for it.
Say that again?
With your advantage from your stealth roll, you realize that there would be explosives down here.
Right.
Right?
Well, yeah, let's look for them. Let's do a perception. I let Tark know. I said, keep your eye out for this because he's got the better perception. I said, it's a good chance we're in the mine. There's probably some explosives that we can collect, maybe use to advantage. I still have a frag grenade, and I know Tal does, but see if he can pick something up on our way.
Got it.
All right. So
perception.
Tark can roll perception.
Yeah. What's the difficulty?
It's going to be medium, average.
Does my advantage give him an advantage on his roll?
No.
So no boosts?
No boosts.
Here we go. I look, and this is what I have. Oh!
He finds so many.
Wow.
I find them all, and I shoot them with one bullet. It lines up perfectly.
So with all those successes,
don't shoot the explosives.
It cuts down on the time that it takes to find something. And basically, with all of that, Crichton says there might be explosives, and you turn your head, and like a foot away from you, there's a pack of.
You don't say, Crichton.
What would it be? What is it? That putty stuff.
Thermo detonator.
Plastic explosives.
Plastic explosives.
C4.
Right.
In this world, C4. I think in this world it's like
C3P4.
thermal detonator. We'll go, or not
thermo detonation paste.
Trigger detonator, something like that.
A thermal detonator is a grenade for sure.
I'll look it up.
Or for my dark
something. Yeah, look up what it would be, Creighton.
Chemical compounds and stuff like that would be similar in this world, right? So C4 would exist.
I think.
What about not a thermo detonator? We can't give him that.
Thermo detonator.
Thermal detonator is just a grenade. It's the thing that Leia.
There are frag grenades, and then they have thermo detonators. We have frag grenades, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll just say it's a frag grenade.
Frag grenades
putty
suck.
Style.
Frag grenades are terrible. They don't even go through.
I'm gonna push this forward. You've got something explosive that you can put on walls. It's sticky. But you guys make your way up to the entrance, and you hear a voice as you approach, and you recognize that it's Courtney. She says, "Who's there? Is it you, Creighton?"
So yeah, it's me. Come towards us. Yeah.
I'm opening the door, and she steps out. And
do I recognize her voice? Like, does it seem like she's talking normal?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course, it's your love.
We're friends. We're just friends.
So you say this as you make your way in the door, and the operatives follow you in as well as you head into the hospital.
Hey.
I guess I'd head in too then.
Yeah.
Not before doing one last look behind us to make sure no one had followed me.
And you look behind, and it doesn't look like anyone is there.
I asked,
should I bother doing a perception roll?
You get the feeling that there's nobody there.
That makes me think I should. I'm gonna do one real quick.
Go ahead. Average
Sorry.
difficulty.
Well,
There
he
you
does
go.
that. Communicates to the Rebel Alliance that we're in.
No.
I don't do that.
No, don't
Okay,
do that.
no, he does
Oh.
because you got a disadvantage.
What? I got a triumph.
How
You
can
got
we
a
not do
triumph.
that? We got 3 of them with us. They're gonna do it if we don't.
No, I wouldn't. Well, okay, fair enough. Anyway, triumph has to be.
Triumph can be something for sure, but that'll be the disadvantage. It's not a bad disadvantage. What would you say the triumph is? Triumph, you
That
do
the
perception?
signal doesn't go out and it bounces and I smack it out of his head and crush it.
Well, that was unnecessary.
The triumph.
I'm sure
I don't know.
Theron and everyone else looks at you like, "What are you doing?"
I'm saying once the whole point of this is we cannot have any chance at all of being detected, and that means don't radio. We'll radio once the doors are open because at that point it doesn't matter if we're found.
All right, I like.
But I also feel like to all of our credit, if we had more time, this would have been something we would have mentioned anyway. I think Crichton would have known
Yes.
that for sure. So I don't think he would have done that.
Well, if I knew that there was a risk that our signal could be tampered
Well,
with,
but
I thought
even-
we were under the impression from the write-ups that I read, we're using a new system that can't be hacked.
Oh, fair enough. Well, even Crichton, someone who's so suspicious of the rebellion, like who could overhear something, I feel like he would be extra.
But I'm also worried about the second part of the plan, which is the rebellion getting in there and stealing. Not
Okay.
the second part of the plan with the rebellion.
Fine. Anyway,
Barrack.
if the Empire shows up, I blame you. No, I won't. Okay. I don't know what the Triumph can do. I'll leave that up to you, Justin.
Okay, I will say that with the Triumph, you get into the hospital, and okay, so we will say that you don't. You stop him from radioing through, and while you're holding the radio in your hands, you hear a signal come through to you, and it is the commander, or sorry, it's the general, and he says, I don't know if you can hear me. I tried sending a signal before, but they've started sending the shuttles down. We are sending Invictus Squadron to intercept. Hope you're in. Okay.
Stupid general saying stupid things.
He's not. So in their defense, I mean, these people are not dumb. They're limited by my intelligence as a GM, trying to come up with these things on the spot. So that's what's going on there. But yes, you guys are in the hospital. You know now that the ships are coming in, and we are going to jump to Invictus Squadron. Invictus Squadron, your task is to intercept the Imperial shuttles and TIE fighters as they descend into Ebra's atmosphere. So, Chris, I want you to get your dice ready.
Ready.
Your 1d100.
Yep.
And we got a quick shout out to Bob Lyle and Dustin Wright. Captain Vizsla, Bob Lyle's character, he's helping the mission, but he is not taking part in the mission. He's got some personal stuff going on with the Nebulous, and some revenge and some vendetta. You can all find it in his vignettes that he's written on the Facebook page. So he is not taking part in the flight, but he has passed down his status as captain of the Invictus Squadron to Dustin Wright's Brev Malo. So Brev Malo is now the captain of the Invictus Squadron, and he's going to be heading the interception towards the Imperials. So, yeah, here we go. Chris, it is a difficulty of 65.
Whoa.
And where you get to add 35, so you're trying to beat a 30. And I'm going to give you a drum roll.
Bum, bum.
We have a success, so very nice. Chris has helped the Invictus Squadron succeed. So, the Invictus Squadron takes flight and moves to intercept the incoming Imperial starships. It doesn't take long for the two forces to meet one another in the twilight sky. While there are numerous TIE fighters, they aren't enough to defend the shuttles transporting stormtroopers to the ground. Your pilots rip through the enemy line, downing one shuttle in the initial clash and a second in the following flyby. So, congratulations, Invictus Squadron. You have successfully helped the ground forces. There is an entire shuttle two entire shuttles filled with stormtroopers that has been destroyed. So when they finally touch ground and meet with the ground forces of the rebellion, they are going to be able to handle it much better. So thank you very much. Well done, Invictus Squadron.
That's all the sound effects of the battle miles ahead.
You know, what is with the sound effects of certain starships? There's one, I don't know if you know it, but it goes, I think it's this airspeeder from Hoth. It's like...
Oh, yeah.
You know that one?
No.
I'm surprised you do, because you forgot everything from that movie.
I remember sound effects and music. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
From Star Wars.
Oh, my blaster's out. Use your tow cables.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Anyway.
That sound, though.
that sound, it's like... It sounds like someone squishing
Oh, weird.
lemons or something.
I just watched it last night.
That's right. He says use your harpoons, I think, actually. Isn't it? That's what it
I think it's tow cable. Maybe
I think it's tow cable. Harpoon.
I don't know.
I think maybe it's
I know
I think
in,
it's tow cable.
in the Rogue Squadron game, it's tow cable.
Ah, nice.
All right, so back to you guys. Back to you guys and Eco. You're in the hospital. And down in the morgue where all the dead people go. And it's dark, and there is just faint blue light from a...
Blue ramen?
No, not blue ramen, just a neon light across the crown of the ceiling.
I remove my scope. But I'm not actually going to take it off because I got unscrewed. So I won't need it.
All right,
All right.
well, I guess we gotta move onward.
Well, Mallory turns to Creighton, and she says, "Okay, we're in now. It's my understanding that the prison is to the right of this location. If we were to go to the hall and turn right and head down the hall, that's where we're going to find the prison. Is that correct?"
Tark is more familiar with the layout of the hospital and how to get to the prison from here. Maybe
I need
ask.
to consult the GM.
And
Is that
without really saying much, she just turns directly to Tark and says, "Same question."
And I look towards the GM. Is that the location that we agreed on? Is that it? Yeah.
We all agree that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says, "All right, well, we're on our own. It's been
Good
a
luck."
pleasure, boys."
And as they walk away, I kind of begrudgingly go, "May the force be with you."
I look at Tark and go, finally.
And Teal, the Twi'lek, snickers and shakes her head and walks through the door.
Say this is the time we might need faith.
Okay, so you're in the hospital, and you guys you have to go up a couple floors. You could go up through the hospital, or you could go up through the hallway.
We'll go up through the hospital.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be less.
I know it well, and it's there's an elevator shaft that I think that we can navigate through pretty easily.
Okay. So you head over to the elevator shaft, and do you press the button for the elevator, or do you?
Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna climb in. We're gonna go on top, and I'm gonna lean down and press the button for the floor that we're going to, so that we can get down on the elevator and make sure it opens empty.
Perfect. Okay. Cool idea. What movie is that from?
A mix of Die Hard and a lot of Fallout I've been playing.
All right. Wait, there's elevators in Fallout?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not like a game part, but I do that a lot because there's a hatch on all the elevators in most buildings in Fallout. and when they're going down, you can jump on top. So what I find is I press the button I want to go to, and as it's going down, I'll jump on top, and I'll just wait, because the elevator door will open, someone will be like, is someone there? Pop! And then I jump down.
Yeah,
That's what I want to do now.
it's like it happened in Taken 3, which I know. Why did you even watch that, Chris?
Yeah. Don't ruin it. Does she get
Number
taken
2 is so good. You should watch the third one.
Die Hard is the biggest.
That's where they all get it from.
I'm basically doing what Die Hard is, except
No chair that
exactly what Die Hard
says
is.
Merry Christmas, whatever.
Ho ho ho! I have a machine gun.
Yeah, that's right. I have a machine. Thanks for the machine gun.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so you guys do exactly that. You head into the elevator and you head up to the top, and all three of you make it up fine. Won't do climb rolls, and the elevator starts rising because you'd already pressed the button, and it is going to leave you off in the I guess the administrative area where all the communications would be, and where the hangar would be, and the hallway that leads to the Beak, where Jensen's office is.
Perfect. And Crichton, you have a reflective mirror on your scout arsenal, don't you?
Sure do.
Take a look. And I lean back and I crack open the thing for him to.
Okay. So
do
the elevator arrives at its floor, and with a hum, it doesn't bing, it hums. It goes hmm. The doors open, and you hear. Well, actually, you see a shadow. First off, you're looking with the mirror.
Yep.
You see a shadow there, and it turns around. The shadow's being cast into the elevator, and you hear in classic stormtrooper voice, "Hello? The elevator's on the fritz, I think. Is anybody using the elevator downstairs?" And the stormtrooper steps into the elevator and looks around.
As I have my barrel, and I look to Crichton and Tal.
I say, okay, I count down from 3. I imagine we got to take him out if we're going to get off of this floor. So I count down from 3. I go 3.
Well, I looked at Tal. I'm like, should we do this? Should we take him out?
I kind of go like.
I've already started to count down.
Wait,
Okay. All right.
wait
So I
until
go
it.
3,
Wait,
2.
wait and see
So
if
Tal's-
it closes.
And I go fine, and I cross my arms.
Okay. And he turns around and he says, "Oh, yeah, well, there's nobody here. How would it have got up here?" Well, stranger things have happened. And as the door closes, he sticks his foot out and blocks it and begins to walk out of the elevator.
All right, I stealthily swing down, hop down, and I hit stop on the elevator to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Just for everybody else to come down.
All right. So you see the stormtrooper walking down the hall, and he stops in the middle of the hallway, and he puts his head up as if he's thinking.
Well, I would definitely hide behind the corner.
Yeah, we'd be in the elevator still.
Yeah.
Okay. So you jump to the side and hide behind the corner, and at that moment he spins his head around and looks at the elevator and slowly turns his head back around, shakes it, and continues walking.
Typical stormtrooper.
All right, then we'd exit stealthily and
Don't
we'd
get
move towards-
penisy.
We'd exit the hospital, and we would remember we're heading towards the shuttle bay, not governor's office.
Right.
Remember the mission.
Yes, the shuttle bay. So you guys head to the hangar, and the shuttle bay doors. There are two ways that you can access them. You can either go into communications and access them remotely, or you could go into the hangar themselves and open them from the control panel that is located there.
How good are you with your computers, Crichton?
Not great, to be honest. I'm okay. Like I have 1 yellow, but I mean, it's. Do I expect it to be something challenging? GM Justin James.
No, to open the door wouldn't be hard.
From
If you
here
wanted,
to do remotely. Like
to
to
do
hack
it.
the system. From the
Yeah, no,
communications.
you don't even have to hack the system. Well, yeah, actually, you would need to hack the system. Did you guys get a slicer kit?
Sure did.
Yeah,
We did.
you didn't.
No,
Okay,
we did.
Really?
You
Well,
did.
he's a
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, just because there was the whole thing. I said, I'll fucking get it if you won't. You'll finally get it.
yeah, you guys made fun of me for not getting it.
right.
I
So
didn't
I'm
make
going to look up
fun of
exactly
you.
what that does, but
Well,
it
it's hard.
will. You will be able to open it relatively easy. What's going to be difficult is making it so that it's not, so that they don't realize that their hangar door is being opened.
I think at this point, guys, and we find a quiet corner to discuss. I think the minute those doors open, I think this is going to be all hell break loose. So I would rather find which of our options give us the easiest way to escape, rather than which of our options is going to be safer on the initial. And Tal, you know the hangar bay better than everyone. You spent more time here growing up with your uncle than any of us. Which of those options is going to be the safest?
I don't know.
Search your mind, Tal. Search
know,
your feelings. You know it to be true.
Tark, is there anyone you could talk to that maybe a connection that
Yes,
could
but
have
there's
better
someone
access?
Tal can talk to.
Yeah, that's
instead.
true.
Yeah. Is Len around?
Maybe.
No, I think Tal would know. He grew because you're obsessed with ships.
Yeah, no, it's true. Shit. So
You do know someone. There is a guy named Zeno Molin, who is a
Zeno.
support hand in the hangar, and he's moved up in the ranks. Really, he's pretty useful, but you don't know what his status is based on the Imperials moving in. But you imagine he still has a pretty good say in what happens based on the fact that he knows the hangar the best, and he would probably be helping the Empire. He would be a good asset for them rather than just getting rid of him.
Okay. So I would try and exercise. I'm wondering if we open it up and because I don't have any heavy guns on me or anything, I kind of lead the way a little bit on this, I guess. If we come into contact with them, shit. Is there any way I can talk with him or no?
Yeah, you could go to the hangar and see if he's there. He most likely would be.
Okay.
It is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It is Tuesday.
That's what I say to Crichton as we're like sweating and the stormtroopers are walking by. You know, it doesn't feel like a Tuesday.
Yeah, you're right. It's Tuesday?
This feels more like a weekend activity.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. So I would go, now we need to, so we're coming from the other side, we're trying to get in through those doors, basically, or I'm going down to the hangar to open up. Okay.
We're trying to open up the blast doors, which are the large opening at the top of it, of the mesa of our entire town, so that the rebellion, which their ship should be in place any moment,
Drop down.
so they can rappel in and basically breach the city from within. You, being Tal, you've grown up here, you've studied these ships, you would probably have an idea of what would be the safest bet to get out, either the control room, or what were the other options, Justin?
It's either the control room or the hangar itself.
Right in the hangar, yeah.
Or could he not roll something to maybe know something else because we might not know?
Yeah.
You could do an education roll.
I'll do a quick education roll, and then I'll commence from there, because I think maybe also I could try and go down to the hangar and convince my buddy to open the doors as well, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because the only thing I'm worried about is him hearing bad things about me through the Empire.
You know what? Actually, I won't even make you roll, because you are one of the most skilled mechanics in all of Barrack, if not the most. You've been called to help out in this area quite often, and you do know of the ventilation systems that are in place. Lots of ventilation systems. That's how you get around in Star Wars.
There's a lot of heat that needs to be ventilated.
Yeah, there are. Especially inside a cave. So you would know of a few vents in particular that would allow you access to the hangar. Now, getting into the hangar would be easy. Getting out would be a bit more difficult. You'd have to climb back up to the ventilation, but it could be done. That's probably easier than going through the door.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. I'll go. Shit. Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. So you tell them about the shaft, and
yeah.
you guys go with it.
There's this huge shaft that.
Is it like a naval shaft? Is there semen in it? Is there semen in the shaft?
I gotta grow up.
All right, we'll trust Cal.
Yeah.
Cal, if you think the shaft is the best way into the communications office to open the gate, then we'll follow you.
No, yeah, I've had to go in there a few times before.
Or into the hangar, sorry.
I've had to go in there a few times before. I'm a pretty small guy, and
Let me go ahead. Let me get there ahead of you, make sure it's clear, and then you come in and do your thing.
Okay.
But
It's
okay, so
every time.
Yeah. We're not going to have Tark. Can Tark find a position? So we're going to the communication tower. I imagine the communication tower is like the ones we've seen in Star Wars.
No, we're going to the hangar. We're going to the hangar.
We're in the hangar.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, but there's no way I can get cover, like he can see us from a vantage point or anything
I could.
like that.
Yeah, being up in the ventilation, it's going to be really high up.
Right.
So you're going to have a good vantage point. You'll be able to see the entire hangar.
Okay.
Right.
So I have a question here. Like, what is the timeline in terms of when the ship would be coming in? Like, how long are we going to have these hangar doors open for?
Once the doors are open, based on the plan that General Lore and I discussed, once the hangar doors are open, hell breaks loose in Barak. The army is going to be rappelling down. We have to hightail it out of here and fight to survive. So this is basically throwing the switch to a war.
Okay. What I'm going to do...
That's what I was saying. We don't have to worry about... We just have to worry about getting out, I should say. Because once all hell breaks loose, it's going to be tough.
Okay. So, guys, I think that we can go through the shaft, we can get to the communications room, and I think there's... would I know something that we could put the explosives on to permanently keep the hangar door open as soon as we get in there, and then retreat back through the shaft?
Yeah. It would be hard to get to. But you definitely could blast open the joints.
Or
at the top.
What if we use the thermal paste as a distraction instead?
Well, I was thinking that too. Like, put it out there, and then we can. But that's going to take a long time to go put it somewhere.
What if we split up?
Yeah, I mean, you can also.
Exactly. That's
wow.
Thinking like a droid. That's what we need.
In the rule book.
Why don't we do? What are you saying? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, was I being a droid?
Yeah.
What's going on? I said you can put the thermo detonators or the frag grenades on a timer. It says so in the rule book.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so we can go.
Just leave it in the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now,
No,
sorry,
we're
the
gonna have to split
ventilation shaft heads to the communication office or the
Heads to the hangar.
hangar. So we can't. So if we take the ventilation shaft that Tal's recommending, we're going to the hangar to get the control panel to open the doors. Right.
Right. Perfect.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, the way to access that terminal is either through Tal's friend, or you can access it with slicer gear.
I think we should slice it. I don't think we should take a human
I think we should slice it. As good of friends I am, I don't want him to know that I am here because the Empire might have questioned him about me and Tark and Crichton already. And who knows if his loyalty is swayed.
All right, let's do it, guys. So I grab the thermal paste and I slap it on the thing in the hall while they climb up.
Oh, thermal detonator, right?
Well, whatever, you know. I
So
said
that
it.
boom thing.
Okay,
Good.
and so you guys head into the shaft and you reach a grate.
Now I know what a TV dinner feels like.
Yeah, you reach the grate and you're easily able enough to pry it off without making much noise, and you've got the full view of the hangar. And inside, you see an Imperial shuttle. And you don't see a TIE fighter. In fact, it looks like that. It looks like the doors have just closed, people are sweeping up a spot where a ship obviously used to be and moving all of the hoses and stuff and cables that used to be connected to, you can only assume a TIE fighter was.
I imagine when you say just closed, like 15 minutes ago, because we expect there to be a rebel ship hovering above these stores at this present time, right?
Yeah. Time-wise, we're actually running a minute behind.
Okay.
Okay. So, in terms of that,
hyperspace in.
that's tricky because no, there wouldn't be a ship hovering over it.
Because they'd noticed
I
really.
think there's a bit of a miscommunication with the plan, because there's no way to get over Barrack because there are anti-air guns.
Right.
Right. We had to turn off the anti-air guns and the hangar doors.
Yes. So if you're able to get to the
so I start squeezing back. I'll get the anti-air guns. You guys do the hangar door.
The anti-air guns you would be able to access from here as well.
It's all one switch.
Perfect.
A switch that says blaster droid and anti-air.
This one just says Empire.
Don't pull that one.
Everybody dies.
All right. So you're there. You watch this happen. You see there are stormtroopers inside, wandering around like they do.
Okay. I'm going to blast the thermal paste, or in any second. The thermal paste is going to blow the thermal detonator.
We're waiting for that cue. At that moment, we're going to drop down.
Yeah, you take the lead. I'll stay in the shaft, actually.
And as soon as you say that, you hear an explosion. It shakes the shaft a little bit, and immediately.
I look back at Tark and I go, "Was that you?"
Yeah. Excuse me. Burrito.
Immediately, the chaos happens downstairs, and the Imperial troopers start looking around and saying, "What was that?" And you barely hear them, but the stormtroopers make their way to the exit at a jog, and everybody else seems to funnel out, except for a few Imperial troopers still cleaning up and a couple support hands.
Okay, are the doors and the AA guns next to each other, close to each other? What?
The doors are. You could access them all from one panel.
Perfect. Okay, then you guys drop down and I'll cover you.
The people that are left, are they people we recognized from Barrack previously, or are they all Empire?
They are people from. It's both. Obviously, the Imperial officers are Empire, and then the support hands, you do recognize some of them.
Okay,
one
so
of them, Tal recognizes as Xeno.
Yeah, so we drop down. I drop down first.
And I'll stay up hidden.
I follow.
You pratfall?
I follow.
So you head down and start making your way stealthily towards the computer panel, which is at a kind of obvious spot at the front door, and yeah, you know what I'll say? There is. I'm thinking Star Citizen. There is an observation deck.
Right.
That looks over all of the ships. That where you guys drop down, you guys are on a platform that surrounds the hangar. You guys could walk along this platform straight to the observation deck, and you would be able to open the hangar doors from there.
Let's try that then.
Yeah, let's do that for sure.
I'm going to check quickly to make sure there's no one in the observation deck.
Yeah. You scope it out, right?
We're running. I'm like, Tark, is it clear? Is it cleared?
And I'm finding out.
And it is clear.
Yeah, it's clear. I can't see anyone, but I'm going to keep looking.
Open the door quickly with my pike ready. I say, Tal, hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got my holdout blaster out. It's definitely not concealed.
So, Tal, you've worked these hangar doors before. You head up to the computer terminal, which is actually it's on. But there is and there's a code to.
Yeah, I try the code that I know.
Okay, so you punch in the code and it goes.
Tal, it's not right. Try again. I'm watching at the door.
Try Empire for life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I go. I don't think it's gonna work, guys. No matter what
Try
I do.
again. Can he roll and maybe hack it?
Just splice it. We have no time.
We need to splice this. We need to splice this.
All right, I throw them to him. I happen to be carrying them.
Okay. I try to splice it. What do I need to do for that?
Okay, so you have to roll computers, and the way
Okay.
splicing works, it just allows access. You know what, actually? I don't even think you need to roll for it. I think you're able to just splice it.
Just do it? Okay.
It's like a stim
Okay, cool.
pack.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
All right, cool. So I
All right.
splice. Zoop. Is that the sound it
And
makes?
you are able to access the terminal, and the screen shows you things that you've seen before. It allows you to open the hangar doors,
Oh.
which is free. However, there is a password. It is the turning on the anti-air is encrypted.
Oh,
So you have
crap.
to take time to hack into that.
Okay. All right. So do I know of any other way that could possibly allow me to open up the hangar doors in this area without the password? Like any sort of just like default button? Because I know the place so well, right?
Hangar doors, you would be able to open it from down below, and that's not the problem.
Okay.
You can open it here. That's not encrypted. But it's the anti-air guns that are the problem, and turning them off is a lot more complicated. You can either turn
Okay.
them off remotely, or sorry, not remotely, manually from the actual guns themselves. There's two of them on the
Right.
top. Or you can turn them off here. However, the code for that is encrypted. With
Okay.
Imperial.
I try to hack into it.
Okay.
Who's better with computers? Me or
You are.
Crichton?
Crichton is, isn't it?
Computers, I got one in training. Do you want me to try it?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure my.
So let me give it a try. So I move over. I was like, watch the door.
And as they're doing this, I'm watching them and I'm watching the passage. Is there any movement?
No movement. No movement.
How
You know
difficult
that
is this, Justin?
This is going to be a hard difficulty.
Okay, so
Do I
3.
give him? Do I give him a boost for being there though? Because I know the system.
Are you watching the door, or are you helping him out?
I'm watching the door. You
yeah,
help him. I'm watching the door.
I help Crichton.
All right, you can give him a boost.
1
Yeah.
blue, right? Here goes.
Yeah.
1 advantage.
Yeah.
So what do I know? Okay, I'm starting to figure it out. I'm still missing something. I don't know what it is.
All right, then I try. Can I try?
Well, your advantage is that as you are punching it in, you aren't able to hack it, but
A key card?
you do hear something. You do hear something in the hallway behind you.
I'm watching. There's nothing coming down them.
No. The doors aren't open. The doors are closed to the observation deck.
Shit! I said, Tal, hide. And I.
Wait, I think I can lock the doors. Can I lock the doors?
You can try. Yep.
Yeah. I try to lock the doors. Then.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I get ready to pike smash whoever comes in.
So you run to the terminal and you try to hack the door
Yeah.
to keep it closed.
see.
So that'll be a computer's roll as well.
Okay. All right. So this is for me though this
If they
time.
come in, just hide. I can pick them off through the window, and then you can
Okay.
take it.
You should have used a force point on that computer hack, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I say, Tark, I think they know we're in here. Are they yelling as they're coming to the door?
Okay.
No, they're not actually.
What is the role? Wait, could it be could it be the rest of the rebels coming through right there, or
Tal,
where
just
are
hack
they?
the door. Hack the door. Doesn't
Hack
matter.
the goddamn door. We got no time, Tal.
All right. So what's my difficulty on this?
It's going to be a hard difficulty once again.
Hard again.
Yeah.
Okay. And any boosts or anything like that?
I will no because Crichton is getting ready to crack
Yeah.
whoever it is.
Also,
Okay,
if
so-
it doesn't work, I'm going to try to just bash the door panel. So I'm going to make it not open.
I think open it before you bash it, but just go, Tal. Roll for it.
All right. So it's so I got 2 green and 3 purple then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, is this the only way in and out?
No, there are other ways out. You can go back out onto the ledge where you were, but you'd risk
Fail
being
and an
spotted.
advantage.
A fail and an advantage. So you know right away that this is not going to work, and you get a good feeling that there is people right on the other side of the door. In fact, you can hear a beep as someone is swiping their card.
Okay.
All right, so we hear that beep.
So
I say
that's
we hide.
that's the advantage. You know that they are there, and the
So
door
we gotta
begins to
hide.
open.
I say just hide it for a moment. I'll
Should
take the
we
first
hide?
shot.
Should we hide or should we
Hide.
just run out?
Just
I
hide.
have to
Just
get there.
hide. I'll take the first shot.
Okay, we hide. Are there places to hide?
What's that?
Are there
The
places
place
to
to
hide?
hide, you can hide behind the desk, or you could run out onto the platform. The platform's pretty open. It's like a balcony that goes all around.
No, go behind the desk. Go behind the desk.
Okay.
And I'm
So
watching
you
through the
jump
window.
behind the desk, and the doors slide open, and immediately, shadows are cast into the room, and light fills it. And there's a number of shadows. And you hear, Tark, I guess you would see.
Yeah. What do I see?
You see 3 stormtroopers. And
stormtroopers.
one other person behind them.
Another behind them.
And what looks to be a communications officer who's wearing like all black and has the
Okay.
weird helmet.
How
Yeah.
many stormtroopers? 3?
3.
Tark, hold on. See if they'll just leave.
Yeah, I know. There's a total of 5, right? Total of 5?
5. Yes.
Yeah, total of 5. I can't see the 4th.
And you hear a voice from behind. He says, "Secure the area. Don't let anyone in here." Why isn't anyone in here to begin with?
Jensen.
And yes, it is Jenton. You recognize the voice. And he turns to the communications officer, and he begins saying, "You better be right about that reading that you saw on the way here. Show me what you saw." And he leads them into the office as the stormtroopers stay by the door. And they begin walking in, and they make their way around the desk.
Oh, they're walking into. Okay, sorry, I was confused about the scenario. So as they start moving towards them, I say, "I'm gonna lead them away. Make sure you open the doors." And I jump down from the
Ventilation
shaft, and I scream, "Jenton." How far away is it? I mean, can he hear me?
Yep.
And I scream, and I say, "Jenton!"
And he looks up, and you see his head cocked to the side, and he points at you. He gestures to the stormtroopers and points at you, and 2 of them head out onto the ramp and start heading towards you.
And I run.
Okay, so you begin running away on the platform, and at this point, the other stormtrooper, you hear Jenton on his communication says, "We have a breach. Secure the area and make sure nobody is. We have enemies in the area. Find them." And we're going on lockdown. And as he says this, he goes over to a computer and starts punching in.
Who's doing this?
Jenton in the office.
Okay. That's not where we
How
are.
many-
We're not in the office?
Yeah, you guys are in the office.
Okay, so how many people are in the office then right now?
3
Jenton
people right now.
and the 2
You
stormtroopers.
You haven't been spotted sitting behind this guy.
So there's just... How many people are left in the office? Everyone's still?
There's 3. There's 1 stormtrooper, and then Jenton and the communications officer. And in a matter of seconds, you hear everything goes red, and you hear a klaxon.
Okay.
And we are going to jump over to the elite covert operatives.
I don't know. What should I? I don't know.
No, you
I
did
have no
fine. I think
idea.
it just didn't work out as well as we hoped it would.
Yeah.
All right, elite covert operatives of the community mission. You guys are tasked with rescue the Rull Tribe matriarch, who was captured last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think. And let's see how this goes. David, if you could get your
My die?
your die ready. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So let's do this. Rescue the Rull Tribe matriarch. You are rolling. You're trying to beat a DC of 50 and adding 35.
DC.
I'll give you a drum roll.
Yeah!
I don't actually know what number that is.
17?
Seven.
That's 17.
Oh,
just
shit. I thought it
just
was 17.
barely.
I thought it was 77.
No, that looks
Said
like
that on mine.
17, but you just barely still succeed.
Okay.
So we're flashing back just a little bit before the klaxon has gone off. Teal, Mallory, and Theron stealthily navigate their way through the stark halls of Barracks Mesa toward the prison cells. They reach a corner, and Mallory peeks around it, spotting 2 stormtroopers guarding a blast door. She turns and signals to the others. With a nod, Teal reaches to the back of her belt, finding the stun grenade, activates it, and gently rolls it around the corner. The soldiers barely have time to open their mouths when it activates, all but silently, electrocuting the guards into unconsciousness. Once they hear the bodies collapse, they slip around and through the blast door leading into the prison. It does not take them long to locate the Ebronite matriarch. After dispatching a couple more stormtroopers patrolling the cells, they open her cell and, without words, convince her to follow. Not a single alarm sounded during their portion of the operation.
I was going to say, they rolled a grenade on all the guards. Jeez.
It's a stun grenade.
Well, I have those.
Do you?
I don't know.
No.
Force point.
Once they are out of harm's way, Theron reports back to the division, informing them that the matriarch is safe. When the news of this reaches the Royal Ebronites, it seems to boost their morale and passion. And just as they are making their way to the exit, they hear the klaxon go off. And it's going to be a bit more difficult for them to escape. So, that is the Elite Covert Operatives. Congratulations, you guys succeeded.
Now come help us out.
And now we're back to Tark, Tal, and Crichton, who are in a bit of a pickle. Tark and Tal and Crichton are in a observation deck in the hangar, and there are 3 other people, including Evich Jenton, in there. And then there is also Tark, who's being chased by 2 stormtroopers. So, we need to roll for initiative. You guys can roll cool, and the other guys are going to roll for...
I'm running, man. Are they firing at me? I'm running down like the halls of Barrack.
Okay, well you're on the platform. So
I'm leading them. No, I ran out of the hangar.
Okay, all right. So let me describe this better for you, because maybe you wouldn't have done things the way you did if you pictured things differently. Where you were, you jumped down from the ventilation shaft, right?
Yeah.
And you landed on a balcony.
Yeah.
That goes all the way around the hangar.
Okay.
The only way off of this balcony is either into the operation station, the observation station, where Crichton and Tal are, which leads back into the 3rd floor of Barrack, the hall that you guys were in.
Yeah.
You can go through that way. Yes, perfect. And then there is a ladder at the complete opposite end.
Ladder here?
Right there, yes. So you could go down that ladder, but then the only other door in the hangar is right underneath the observation deck.
Okay, so, and this is where my boys are.
Yeah.
And there's Jenton and 2 other stormtroopers in there, or 1 Imperial and 1 stormtrooper.
Yes, and there is a door along the north wall.
Along the north wall. There's a door here, but underneath.
Well, underneath. And both levels have a door there. And those are the only 2 doors out. So you can either... I'm picturing Life of Brian with the gladiator scene where he's running around in a circle.
Well, I'm still pretty far from them.
You are far from them, yes.
Interesting. Okay. I was not picturing that. Okay. What's our play, boys? And only 2 of them.
Keep running around until you come in through the other door.
I feel like, but then I'm just be dodging blasters.
Yeah. I say we have to fight these guys. I think we're kind of at...
Well, if I knew, but I also feel like had I known that, I probably would have just taken the shot. If I knew I was basically jumping down into an arena. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go down and fight! I was kind of thinking I could like run them through Barrack and bring them somewhere dangerous.
Now, also too, with the glass, there is a good chance that it would have been bulletproof. Just like the glass that the glass that they'd use would be very thick.
Can I quietly turn on my grenade and drop it behind the desk?
Sure.
Let me think about that before I do it.
Everything within close range takes damage. Now, because
Right.
you guys are in cover, you take less damage.
And the
But
stormtroopers don't take any damage from frag grenades.
yeah, they do.
Nope, not if they're in heavy armor.
Really?
Yep. That's why I
You read
said
that.
I said frag grenades suck compared to thermal grenades.
Okay. So, anyways, we need to roll for initiative, or
Wait a
you
minute.
guys surrender.
Hold on. One last question. Are there ships in this?
There is a shuttle. There is an Imperial shuttle.
Anakin style.
Oh.
Episode 1.
No guns on a shuttle. No guns on an Imperial
Yes,
shuttle.
there are.
Just crash it into them.
Don't think so. No.
Did you not play Battlefront 2? There's a nose cannon. You fly it
Oh.
over.
There's gotta be.
There's got to
there
be.
is.
Yeah, I guess there would have to be. I know in Rogue Squadron.
I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Good luck with that.
And on the Imperial shuttle in the Star Wars X, the miniatures game that we have, they also fight.
Tark, how's your piloting?
Actually, my piloting it's one of my skills.
Good. All right, what do
I
roll
have
in
3 green.
for initiative? Cool, you said, right?
Yeah, you guys are cool. I'm vigilant. All right, let me roll.
So, is that one? Is that like a normal roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just a normal roll.
I have 3 successes and an advantage.
Okay. So that's 3 successes, and depending on what others get.
One advantage.
1 advantage, 1 success. Is that right?
Okay. All right. So we've got Tark. We've got Creighton with
One advantage.
One advantage, 1 success. David. Then we've got Tal. And then we've got Creighton. Okay. And the other guys, they got 1 success and 2 advantages, so they're going to go right after Tark. So the troopers chasing him are going right after him.
How far down is the platform around the area to the ground?
It's pretty high. It's like, you know the Star Citizen hangars?
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably about 30 feet high.
Okay.
Use your grappling hook.
Yeah, you could.
And where is the Imperial shuttle?
You're right in the middle.
In the center, eh?
The doors aren't open. The doors aren't open, though, to the hangar. They never
I don't
did.
want to fly it out. I want to fly it in the hangar.
Right.
Like Anakin does in Episode 1, remember? He's sitting in a little pop in the cockpit and he starts firing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Naboo.
Yeah, it says laser cannon. Bob Lyle pointed it out.
The Naboo fighter. Oh yeah, no, it definitely has a cannon, I remember. I feel like that's a silly thing to do.
It's got a
but
few laser cannons.
It could be kind of awesome.
Well,
Let's do it!
Depending on what
Yeah, yeah.
Imperial shuttles. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
We pulled up the schematics. They definitely have it. So let's just see what happens. All right, I'm going to run to the ladder, and I'm going to do one of these, whop, whop, on either side, and just slide down. And I'm going to run to the Imperial shuttles as far as I can get in my turn.
Perfect. So yeah, you're able to make it to the ladder and do exactly that. I won't make you do
A slide roll?
a slide roll or anything. So you hop over the banister and slide down. And let us, yeah, and you make it to the bottom, and we'll say that that's your turn. You're down there, whew, you touch
Sure.
down, you look around. All right, so now we're going to go to the troopers. They chase you, and they make it right to the top of the ladder, and they start firing down at you.
What? They make it that far and fire on their
Okay,
turn?
They make it a little bit further than where you started. They don't make it there, but
This
they
is
start.
what I'm going on. So I would make it, oops, here, and they would make it here.
They're really fast. No. We'll get them about where you started. A little bit
Okay.
past where you started.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, but they start firing down at you. Medium range. Stormtroopers. Man, I hope you guys are listening to music right now. So, first one fires at you.
Wrong timing.
It's gotta be more.
Love it. Hey,
Oh,
Michelle.
you're hilarious. Hi, Michelle.
They say hi.
Has she just been waiting there for her cue the whole game?
No, that was like last 2 minutes. I texted her to come on.
Oh, good.
What do you want a specific song?
Yeah, something like.
Or like the what about like the what's it called? The Stormtrooper March or whatever. Like the
Yes.
Oh yeah, perfect.
that one. Dun.
That's Imperial March.
Maybe theme, that works for me.
Yeah. yeah, that works. Okay, cool.
That's the one.
That's
yeah.
Okay, so what's going on here?
All right. So the first one firing.
Well done, Michelle.
With that music as inspiration, I have used a destiny point.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Thanks a
Gave
lot,
that to
Michelle.
him.
So they're medium range away, and they're rolling 2 yellows, 1 green, 2 purples. Let's see how they do. Okay, so we've got 2 advantages. So the first one misses, boom, boom, and blaster fire sparks off of the ground right beside you, Tark. And yeah, and
Slows
that's
him down.
what happens. There are 2 advantages there. I'm going to make the other guy roll now. And he got a success. But he takes a strain, which in this case is just damage. So he fires, and it hurts him as he fires. Yeah, the recoil. But you do get hit by the blaster.
He's got some soak.
I have
You
3
have soak. You would have soak 5.
5?
Yeah, from Stormtrooper armor.
Oh, right.
Nice.
I want Stormtrooper armor.
You know we could get some. There's some
What
right
about-
in here.
I'm about to
And
get some.
damage is 11 damage minus your soak.
What is he firing?
Blaster rifle.
How? I had a heavy blaster rifle and it did 10.
10 plus whatever your successes are.
Really?
Yeah.
You get to add all
I
of
was
your
never
successes.
adding that.
I think we did.
Yeah,
I
we
think
did.
would've.
Oh, I know. Well, put it this way, it was totally unknown to me. That's awesome.
Whenever you roll a success, you add them up.
Good. Now we know. All right, I'm half health, so that sucks.
Don't let that
Okay.
happen again.
I'll try.
We're,
Saving your skin, but whatever.
We're on to Tal.
Say what?
We're on to Tal. It's your turn.
Oh shit. Okay,
You've
so
got 3 people in the office, 1 stormtrooper by the door. You've got.
so Jenton hasn't like sent out either of those guys seeing Tark go down like that. Like he's not thinking, oh, they need backup.
Yeah, we should get more
yeah,
people
he's
firing at
definitely-
Tark.
calling for backup right now.
Oh.
But he's keeping those 2 in with him.
Yeah. And he says to the communications expert, he says, lock down that shuttle. Let's make sure he doesn't. I think he's going for it.
Oh, for
Okay.
fuck's sake.
All right, so we got to.
You would know that.
I say
But
we
where
got
else
to
would he be going?
The exit.
take these guys out. I look over at Creighton and say, we got to take these guys out.
I say to Tal, you got to open the blaster door so we can get some backup in here.
The only way we're gonna do that is if we take out these stormtroopers. Are you
Hey,
ready?
the last thing I said to you, I said, open the doors.
Okay, very well, it could be the last thing you said to us.
Okay, I dive. I don't dive. Are they looking like they would see me if I got up?
They would definitely see you.
We're just on the other
If
side
you
of it.
move, basically, you guys are huddled.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Do I have anything that like I could that like would distract them, or is it just like I pull? Oh, hey, wait! I pull my hold at blaster, and I just like kind of come over the desk, and I aim at the stormtrooper closest.
The stormtrooper or the communications expert? It's
The communications expert,
Or
because he has less. He has not Jenton, because I want to talk to him.
Okay.
We want to keep Jenton alive, correct?
Yeah, he could be good for bargaining.
Not really that important. We can kill him.
Should we kill him?
Sure.
Would that help everything? But
He's in charge here, isn't he?
You know
So
what,
if we can
actually-
use him to stop
yeah,
or
and you know what?
open the
Also,
doors, he might be able to open the doors.
and the
Definitely
more
can open the doors.
the thing that I'm also thinking is that since my father has told me that that my mother is in the hands of Imperials, I'm thinking I need the powerful person to lead me to my mother.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I'm just gonna stay here for a while.
How about you come a little closer to your camera, though?
I like his eyes. It's hilarious.
There you go.
Like this?
Yeah,
So
just sit up so we can see you.
Okay, I'm creeping over, and I'm looking, and I aim for the head, and I shoot the communications officer.
Perfect. Okay. So
Sorry that took so long.
you're gonna get an advantage because or a boost because he does not know you're there.
Yeah.
And we are in the initiative order, so. Yeah. What would that be under? Scout trooper, sand trooper.
And my ranged light's great. So.
Gunnery corps. Okay, so he's within short range, so it's going to be an easy shot.
And I've got 2 yellow and 1 green.
2 yellow, 1 green. Yeah, whatever your.
All right. And,
light
okay.
is.
Let's roll.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's what we call an insta-kill, ladies and gentlemen.
very nice. We got to get some applause on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what you can do with the Triumph, you can upgrade an allied character's next check, or your own, or you could do something vital. So with that Triumph, how do you want to use that? You could
man.
seal the blast doors behind them.
Can
Oh
you use
man.
a triumph? No, I guess you can't.
Shoot. I'm wondering, like, because a boost to Crichton's would be pretty great, because he's next in line, right? And
Well, the Stormtrooper is going to go before Creighton,
oh shoot.
or that group.
Could I use my Triumph to like so that he like accidentally like falls down on the hangar thing and it opens?
No.
I think you can crit him, though. You can
Critical him. Yeah, you've definitely. You can
Yeah. Okay, critical for sure, and that way at least.
But is he dead anyway? That's the problem. How much damage?
Yeah.
He might be dead.
So it might be a waste of a crit. Mm.
Right. Can I gain an advantage on the Stormtrooper in any way with that Triumph?
Yeah. Well, no, but you're attacking the other guy. I'll say that yes. For when you attack the Stormtrooper, you will have what's up.
Well, I was gonna say as soon as I kill him, I manage to dive back down, but the Stormtrooper only notices me. He doesn't notice Crichton.
Okay,
You don't want to
I like that. I
So
like
I
that. So you distract him. You distract him.
Yeah, so I distract him and I manage to hide at the same. Like I managed to hide again, right? So I'm
I'll
shielded.
allow that. Yeah, because that's your. You can also use it as an extra maneuver, so that works.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Perfect. Okay, so what is your damage of your holdout blaster?
I think it's. I want to say it's like 5 or something like that.
Look at your critical, too.
Yeah.
Yes, because critical. I think you actually do get a critical.
Yeah. So my damage is 5, and my critical is. Sorry.
Critical says 4.
Is 4?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Sorry. My crit is 4. Yep.
Crit is 4. So you've got a critical. So roll a 1d100, and we'll see what damage it does. And then you said your damage was 5?
So what's 1d100 again? Sorry, it's just like
The one you've been rolling for...
percentile.
Percentile? Okay.
Yeah. 30! So,
Right on.
you... Knocked off course. A particular strong blast or impact sends... Oh, wrong critical. That's for ships. Okay, but basically, You did 9 damage. You have all but killed him.
Oh, okay. So he's
No. The triumph counts as an extra damage, right?
Pardon?
Yes.
Yes, triumph counts as an extra damage, so you kill him.
Nice. Okay.
You spin around, and a lucky shot, your arm just lands right where it needs to be, and you fire, and it goes right through his visor as he's stepping towards the terminal to lock down the shuttle. And he collapses forward and stumbles into the terminals, cracking the screen and collapsing to the ground. And at this point, you hear Jenton curse, and he starts... he pulls out his blaster and starts calling for reinforcements. We need reinforcements up at the operation deck right now.
Okay.
And there's intense music playing right now.
Do the guys following me do anything?
No, they're still on you.
We don't care about them.
They're still on you. Well, they're focusing.
Just hoping.
Okay, so we are on to them. So he's taken out his blaster, and he is slowly making his way towards the door, firing above the desk where he thinks you are. And so you've got full cover, so you're going to get 2 boosts, or he's going to get 2 setbacks to his attacks, but it still might hit you, whether it actually shoots through the cover or you had an arm out or something like that. There is a possibility.
All right.
1, 2.
Wait, so Jenton gets to go and the Stormtrooper gets to go?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They're chunked together.
Okay. All right.
So Jenton is firing.
What kind of gun does he have?
Just a blaster pistol.
Okay.
I'm just trying to pull up his stats here. Rival. Okay. So he is firing 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay. Now you guys can use light side points. Oh, whoops! I messed up. You guys can use light side points to make his difficulty, harder.
Yeah, let's do it. Should we?
So long as I can use one on my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. How many do we have? We've got a few, right?
I
would say this
3.
is definitely the time to use it.
I don't know. We have full cover. I think there's more detrimental times to use
Well,
it.
the problem is every time we use it, he gets one.
Yeah, let's save it. We have full cover. We're not going to get a better opportunity than this to be protected.
I was just thinking about myself because they're aiming at me.
Well, you get
you can take
they get a
defensive
drawback
stance,
die.
can you?
Right, Justin? Any attack to cover gets a drawback die.
Yep, I've got 2.
Okay, yeah, okay, we're fine. Yeah, okay.
Can you take defensive stance?
So it does hit.
Oh, never mind.
Frig.
He takes a strain, but you are going to be taking 6 points of damage.
6
Catches
points.
you in the arm. So whatever your soak is, don't forget your soak. So you are going to be taking off your environmental gears soak.
Okay. Wait, my soak value is only like 2, right?
1.
1.
1. Okay, so no more soak.
No, you still have soak. It just reduces the damage dealt.
Oh, okay.
So what are your wounds?
My wounds right now are, I think, 14.
14. Okay, so then you got to take 5 points off of that. You're down to 9.
Okay.
Okay, and then we are going to the Stormtrooper. All right, so the Stormtrooper is distracted by you, so he's going to fire at you as well.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Okay,
This is
and
for my mother.
he's slowly creeping around. While Jenton moves towards the door, he's creeping around so he can get a better angle at you.
You know what? I would use a force point.
Okay.
Because they hit harder. My guy hit me for 11. If he hits you, you'll die.
Okay, alright, yeah, use a force point on this one for sure.
Okay, so that's going to bump up his to 1 red. And, okay. And one purple. I'm keeping a purple in there too. And it hits.
Oh, son of a gun.
So, you are knocked unconscious. As he creeps his way around, firing his blaster rifle, you turn your head just at the wrong time, and you feel a bolt go right into your head, and you collapse to the ground, and everything goes black. All right, Creighton, we're on to you.
All right, I want to grab Tal's body, and I know that the window has to be blasted out after all this gunfire.
They're not aiming at the window, though.
Right, but did he have rapid fire?
Nope.
No, so there's nothing that's damaged the window.
No.
Is it a possibility I could jump through the window?
Not likely.
Okay.
This glass is very, very thick, based on the fact that it's looking at ships that get really, really hot.
So we have Jensen and we have a stormtrooper. Am I right?
You got a Jensen and a stormtrooper. Yeah.
All right. So I will attack the stormtrooper. And yeah, I will attack for his. Is there anywhere I could do more damage if I hit him in the head?
Yep, but you're gonna take a setback.
Yeah, I will take it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do how many purple? 2 purple?
Just 1 purple.
And a setback.
And oh wait, no, it is 2 purple because it's melee. Sorry.
Yeah. Force point. What do you think? Arc, or should I save it?
Use it.
Okay, I'm going to use a force part. So what will that do?
You are going to, yeah, it's going to upgrade one of your points.
So if I don't have any to upgrade, I just add a green. Is that right?
You add a green. That's right.
Okay, here's my roll. So.
Oh, good.
So that's a critical.
Okay.
The crit's on a 2. It does 2 pierce, so it actually goes through his armor.
Yep, 2 points of his armor. So he's got a soak of 5 normally, so he's down to 3 soak.
Let's see. So is it my melee for damage or my brawn?
It is brawn.
So it doesn't matter. It's the same. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and I will.
But you don't add your brawn to the damage. You add your weapon damage and then how many successes you got.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure last time we added brawn.
I think we did. I don't think we were supposed to.
So you're saying I have a maximum damage of.
Oh wait, no, as melee. Sorry, I'm confused because it's not firing. It is definitely added brawn. You're right.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, and crit. How does that work?
Critical, you add a.
You roll a 1d100.
1d100, yeah.
And then I can inflict some of its characteristics, right?
You can either do the critical. No, you definitely do the critical. I don't think you can inflict a characteristic unless you have more than one. Unless you can do it for 1 advantage.
Okay. So let me just think here. I will roll, I guess. Bribe.
3.
Force pike. Yeah. Crit is 2. So damage thus far is 7, 8, 9.
11 by my count.
9. Yeah, 9 and plus 2, I guess. Not plus 4.
So your force pike does plus 3.
Yep.
Those successes are 4, and then your brawn is 4. So that's 11.
And then you crit. Roll a 1d100.
And then minus the soak.
Okay, crit.
Okay, so roll for critical.
86.
Nice.
86.
Remember, I have 2 pierce, Justin. So the
Soak is -2.
soak is only -3.
86. Okay. So, compromised. Increase difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. So, he is hit very badly, and he staggers back, and you hear a loud, resounding crack in his arm, his gun arm, which makes it very difficult.
It was his head.
It was his head. It was his head. That's right. So he's groggy and he's kind of staggering around, trying to gain aim. But it looks like he's trying to aim.
Do I get an advantage for hitting him in the head? Because remember, I took the disadvantages to the roll. Otherwise, I would not have taken the
You
disadvantages
wouldn't
to
have
the
taken
roll.
the disadvantages, right? I will say that from that called shot that you knock him out.
Okay.
Still alive, but he's knocked out.
Then I will take a defensive stance if I can.
Okay, now defensive stance is going to better you for melee, not for ranged.
Okay. In that
Okay.
case, I will try to keep cover.
Okay, so you jump up, and you don't have a maneuver to take cover right now because you
Really?
did your attack. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will stand there.
yeah. So that's your turn. You've jumped up, you've cracked him, and now as things are moving on, we got to go to Tark. But actually, before we move on to the next round, we are going to do the ground forces. Okay? So, ground forces have had the task of funneling the Imperial troops into the canyon and flanking them with Bren Saunter and the Jitan tribe. So, we are going to get Harlan, if you could roll again.
Of course, my friends. Here we go. What do we need?
We need a DC of 60, and with a 48, or sorry, you get to add 48 with the ground forces.
And we need
So
to be
basically,
60.
what's happening is some of the Ebra Knights are going to be pincering with the rebellion. They're going to get the Imperial troops into the canyon and then flank them on both sides. So they're getting a good boost for having Ebra Knight bonuses that they've earned before. And let's see, Harlan, go ahead and roll.
Here we go. 54.
Hey, we have a success. So the ground forces, this is what happens. Everything goes as planned. The Imperials, once landed, make their way off the shuttles and predictably wander exactly where you want them, and the ambush is executed. The Ebra Knights fight furiously and take down many troopers. Your own troops, while fewer in number, also prove their merit, fighting valiantly and preventing the Imperial forces from gaining any ground in the canyon. So, congratulations, ground forces, you have succeeded. And we'll give some clapping too. Good job. Thank you very much, Harlan, for your help there. And that is all of the tasks. We are going to be doing the final roll at the very end of the session. But first, let's jump back to the barracks hangar to see how our PCs are doing. Tark, it's your turn. What are you up to?
Oh, I don't know. The Imperial shuttle seems less badass now.
Well, I guess you might know from communications that they are down, but there's a good chance with all the blaster fire and everything that has happened that you don't know exactly what's going on up in the command station, the observation deck.
Okay.
And you are in a very open area. You could duck for cover behind some crates.
I can't take on two stormtroopers by myself, though.
You are faster than them, and you do have an entire maneuver to get to the shuttle.
If I get to the shuttle and I fire up the shuttle and I fire, they'll probably be boarding the shuttle. So I think that's not going to work. They were much faster than I thought. Let me think. I can't even get back to the thing. I think the best call would be at this point, because they don't know what happened and I don't know what happened, I think I would probably surrender.
You'd surrender.
I think that's the only way out of this. Either way, I'm going to be firing on them, and I'm going to lose. I think I would stop, and I think I would throw up my arms.
Okay.
Because what's his name? The governor. I know the governor was in the room with my two friends, and they had a stormtrooper and a guy. I heard blasting. They might have won, but they might not, in which case, at this point, I'd be fighting two, and then I'd have to fight a whole bunch, and I don't think that would work. So I'm going to throw up my hands.
Okay. So you drop your gun. You throw up your hands. And that is your turn. The stormtroopers, one of them starts making his way down the ladder, slings his rifle over his back and starts heading down. And the other one stays up top and keeps his gun on you. And you see him radio to the governor. He says, "Well, we got him. He's surrendering." And Crichton, you hear that through your in the room with Jenton there.
And as I stand there, I say to them, "Get the doors open." And I look up to the rebellion doors and cross my fingers behind my head.
All right. So, Stormtrooper makes his way towards you and whips you around and puts handcuffs on your wrists.
And I say, "Oof, a little tight there, boys. Hey, don't I know you?"
And he, well,
that's
you
not
can
my
use
character, actually. No, that's not me. That's Brainy Jack or something. I just be like,
All right, so that's that. So Tark has been captured, and we are going to go to.
No. I surrendered.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
This is on my terms.
Surrendered. Right. Definitely. Tal is unconscious.
Unconscious.
So the stormtroopers and I guess the stormtrooper's unconscious, and Jenton is there, and he's got his gun held at Crichton.
No, Crichton, did he go for cover or no?
No, he didn't have enough maneuvers.
Ah, shit. Sorry. I'm unconscious.
So he has his pistol up, and he says, "Crichton, drop the weapon. It's over. You've lost. While we speak, your rebel friends are being slaughtered by the Imperial forces. It's over."
Nice. I say it's never over as long as people want to be free from your tyranny. But maybe it's over for me. Is it my turn?
Well, it depends.
Is he waiting for me to put my weapon down? I want to smack the crap out of the console and hope to God it opens it.
Okay.
I just want to bash it and pray to God that it opens.
Use the Force.
Yeah.
Sure.
You never know. You never know.
Let's try it.
And I'm going to use a force point.
Okay,
Use
all
all
right.
the force
There
points.
we go. That
Use all of them.
So using a force point, and just I don't even know what to roll. I'm just going to hit it as hard as I want.
Sure, go for it. I'll let it happen.
What difficulty are you giving me?
Close your eyes, Crichton.
You're throwing.
I'm letting it. Yeah.
You're throwing your
Force
your
pike.
Force pike
Yeah,
at it. Okay. I'm just gonna say roll an easy.
Because there's no chance it's going to happen. Is that what you're saying?
No, that might happen.
Easy's one purple. Is that what you're saying?
One purple. Yep, go for it.
Let's do it.
'Cause I like it. I'm gonna lower the difficulty.
2 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay. So you throw your force pike and it smashes into the console, and it sparks and buzzes with the electrocution of the force pike and the computers combined, and the power goes down, and everything goes dark.
I dragged Tal's body out of there.
And you hear Jenton freaking out, and he starts firing in the darkness. But you've already moved past it, and you start making your way to Tal.
Yeah.
You start pulling him out, or what?
I don't know. Maybe I should just run up to Jensen and try to disarm him. Can I try that?
Definitely.
I'm gonna have cover.
He's taking his shot.
I'll close the distance and I will try to disarm him. And yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. That's going to be. I'm going to make it difficult. You're going to have 2 setbacks because it's dark.
Fair enough, but I guess it would be my melee. Oh, is that brawl?
It's going to be your brawl. You're not getting your force pike, obviously, unless you want to reach in and grab it.
What if I just? Yeah, I'll just reach in and grab it.
Every now and then it sparks with electrocution, with electricity. Zzz.
Well, I time it. I hope for the best. I'll still take it. I'll still take that chance.
Okay.
I'll just clock him.
Oh. Okay. All right.
No. Okay, I'll grab it.
Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna make this happen because this is kind of like a becoming story for your character. I'm gonna say you reach over. And you grab your force pike, and you start in the same motion. You run towards Jensen, and you swing. And as you're swinging, you realize you were too far to grab the force pike, and yet it's in your hands. So go ahead and do your attack.
Yep. And what disadvantage of it is melee?
It's melee. And it is going to be. It is still going to be difficult because it's dark, so you're going to get 2 setbacks.
I'm just trying to aim for his hand as best I can, where the gun is, to disarm him.
If you aim for his hand, it's going to be even harder. You're going to get.
All right, just 2 setbacks then.
Yeah.
Triumph, 2 successes, and 2 disadvantages.
Ooh, a triumph too.
All right, so triumph, you do succeed. But there are disadvantages, obviously. I want you to describe this turn.
All right, so my realization of what actually has just happened forces me to lose my concentration. I'm going to use the critical because I got 2 for the critical. So I'm going to just crack him in the head as best I can.
Okay.
Doing maximum amount of damage. And realizing that I did what I did, I lose my grip on my weapon, I guess.
Okay.
And I crack through his hand. Actually, I overpower through it, and I actually break my weapon.
Okay, yeah, so your force pike is taking a lot of damage, and it just cracks and disintegrates as it makes contact. And in terms of damage, you did 3 there. And we have an extra 3 from...
so 3 plus 2 for the critical, so I'll roll for the critical?
Yes, roll for the critical, and in total damage, he's not wearing any armor. So you've done a total of...
3, 6, 7, 8,
damage.
9, 10, 11, 12 is what I calculated. 3...
Really? 2
All right, no, so
3.
7... Yeah, you're right.
2 plus 3 plus 4, sorry, so 9.
9 damage, okay. And 87 is my critical roll.
Perfect. Okay. 87?
87.
All right. So that is pretty much the same thing as last time.
Sounds like the same number.
Do you... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to say that... Yeah, we can either do he's compromised or he's winded.
Let's say compromise. Because of the fact my force pike exploded, the stun effect went off and actually stunned him.
Yeah, okay.
Like a blast of stun. And it blasted me back, I'm now prone, and he's prone and stunned.
Okay, so, yeah, he's compromised. It makes it difficult for him to... He's so confused about what's going on that it's going to be more difficult for him to do anything next round.
Okay.
And we are going to jump back to Tark. Tark, his hands are tied behind his back, and the lights go on just as the stormtrooper tied that tether.
They go off right then. That's what you're saying?
Well,
Back on.
You could use a force point if you manage to slip out just as he was putting the last thing on.
No,
What are you doing, Tal?
I'm gonna just go surrender.
Okay. So you wait it out, and as the power goes out, you hear them, the stormtroopers start chatting amongst themselves. Like, what the heck is going on? Jenton, are you there? Come in, Jenton. We've got a problem. I think that Jenton's compromised. Go back and help him. I'll take care of this one. All right. So you hear one of the stormtroopers start walking along the balcony, back towards the office. Tark.
Okay.
And we're out of. Well, actually, I guess we're not. Jenton, you hear him push himself up off the ground, and says, "What was your name again? Crichton? You're dead." And he fires his gun in the darkness.
At me.
No, this is Jenton.
Oh, sorry.
So his difficulty is 2, and it is dark, so he's got 2 setbacks. He's rolling. And I'm going to use a dark side point.
Oh.
So we're rolling 2 advantage.
Oh.
So he doesn't hit you, but the blaster fire illuminates you, and he knows exactly where you...
Who is he aiming for? He's aiming for me.
He's aiming for you, yeah.
Okay. Fine.
All right. So now it's your turn. Tal is still unconscious on the ground.
Sorry, who is shooting at me?
Jenton.
Jenton. Did he have the disadvantages from being like severely dazed?
He did.
Okay.
It increased his difficulty. Actually, you know what, Tal? I'm going to let you roll a resilience check
Okay.
to see whether or not you come back too.
Okay. My resilience is 1 green, 1 yellow. Okay. So is it just the 1 green, 1 yellow, and that's it?
1 green, 1 yellow, and I'm going to make it an average difficulty.
Okay. 2 purple.
Yep.
Okay. No boosts or anything, I guess. So.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So just to be clear, when I hit the thing, it didn't open the blast doors?
It did not open the blast doors.
Okay.
No. But it put the power off.
So I have a disadvantage, right?
Okay, so yeah, you just don't...
I don't have to.
You kind of groggily can hear... everything is dark around you, and you groggily hear someone get smashed and blaster fire.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back at Crichton. Crichton, Jenton just fired at you.
Great. I grab the blaster from the... Does the Stormtrooper have any melee weapons?
No, he wouldn't. The Stormtrooper's on the other side of the room, too. You're pretty much right in front of Jenton. Right.
All right,
now.
well then I'll just try to grapple with him.
Okay. So you throw yourself off the ground and engage with him and start pummeling, or...
No, I'll try to disarm him.
You try to disarm him, okay. So go ahead and roll. That's going to be your brawl, your melee.
Yeah.
And once again, 2 purple.
Okay. Okay, success and an advantage.
Okay. So you hit, and you are able to disarm him.
Okay, and then I will take a defensive stance and say, "It's over, Jenton. Surrender."
And in the darkness, you hear very faint music. And he says, "It isn't over. You could never defeat the Empire. I'm sorry, Lord Vader. I've failed you." And In the darkness, again, amidst the music, you hear his body collapse to the ground.
I kind of shrug and I grab his transponder, and in my best impersonation of his voice that I just heard, I say, the prisoner you have, bring him to me. Send him in alone, tied up. I want to deal with him myself.
Hey, are you sure? Are you sure, Governor?
You want to question me, Stormtrooper?
All right, go ahead and do a bluff check.
Deception?
Deception, yep. And it's going to be against his cunning, whatever that is.
Stormtroopers aren't very cunning.
They aren't. They aren't. Who is this? What's your operating number?
6, 5.
2. 2 difficulty.
Okay. Success and advantage.
Nice rolls, man. Okay. So he says, very well.
In my like, from my perspective, it's coming from his transponder, so it probably has the same code number and stuff like that.
Yeah. He says, very well. Hey, you, bring him up. And so, how do they get up there? We'll say that there's a little elevator shaft on the side.
There must be an elevator shaft.
Yeah, to get up there. So they bring you up, Tark, and they bring you towards the door, and they say, it's dark, Governor. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, wait, no, I've got night vision. Never mind.
Okay, so while they were coming up, I set the grenade, the flash grenade, knowing that Tark has his armor on and it's not going to hurt him.
You mean the... Oh, okay.
Above the door. So that way, I'm trying to time it so that way when they walk in, it'll blast behind them.
As long as you say that, I can hear it and dive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I would go to my transponder and talk to Tark and say, I'm saying flash grenade. Be ready when you come in.
Alright.
Frag grenade.
And, okay, so Tark, the stormtrooper, escorts you to the door on the side and says...
that gun's worth a lot of money. You should bring it along.
Shut your trap. Is anybody going to turn these lights on?
Do you notice what I'm wearing? I'm wearing stormtrooper armor. I killed one of you. And I enjoyed it.
You disgust me. I'm not talking to you. And
That's exactly how I picture stormtroopers, though.
Yeah, it's just so juvenile and.
Don't listen to him. He's just a bully.
Yeah. And so he brings you up to the door and says, Governor, you're going to have to open it from the inside. I can't access the comm terminal.
All right, so I go over and I open the door. I imagine I can do that just from the terminal.
Yep. The power's out.
The power's still out.
The power.
Emergency power.
So there must be like a emergency lever to open doors.
There is. There definitely would be. So you find the manual.
Override.
And the door, you have to crank it open.
Okay. So
you
right
do
as
that, and it slowly doesn't exactly blast its way open, but it's
okay.
open.
So if it's going slowly, then I say Tark now when it's like halfway up, so he can dive under, and I roll the grenade out if I can do that.
Oh, that's even better. I roll under. Do I have to do an
Perfect.
agility roll or something?
I'm gonna say yes. You have to do an athletics roll.
Yay! I didn't upgrade that.
I thought you were going to.
It's going to. What's the difficulty?
It is going to be easy.
All right.
You'll get a boost
and
to.
disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll add it.
So you take a strain. It is you hear the grenade rolling, and the stormtrooper shouts, "What the heck!" as you jump through the opening doors and roll to the ground, and take a little strain, and then the
I did.
grenade explodes.
You're
And
totally
the
fine.
stormtrooper,
Back up.
What's that?
I said, and they're totally fine because frag grenades don't affect them or something.
But I'm sure it'd be enough to let me to close the door again.
Yeah, you can close the door, and actually, it does. The balcony explodes as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the stormtrooper do a Wilhelm scream as it falls to the ground from the broken balcony, and you're able to close the door. And on Denton's comm, you can hear some stormtroopers shouting, and the one down below is like, come in, we need reinforcements. We have a trooper down. And on the other end, you say, we've got our hands full here. There are some people raising hell down below. And you can only imagine that the members of ECO, instead of trying to escape, have decided to take the offensive instead. So, you guys are in the operating terminal.
All right.
I run over. I say, Tark, help Tal. I grab the vibro knife from Tal, and I cut Tark free.
I'll go over to Tal, and I will roll medicine on him to try to stabilize him.
And I will work on the computers as best I can. Hopefully,
what's the difficulty?
That difficulty is going to be easy.
Okay.
To stabilize him, and you can roll your medicine. 2
hits and 2 advantages.
Ooh.
Perfect.
How much do I get back?
You get. I'm gonna say. I don't know, but I will say you get 5 back. 3 plus whatever he did to stabilize.
Okay. For my wounds?
For your wounds, yeah.
Okay.
So we're at 5. Okay. So, Crichton, you make your way to the computer and you realize very quickly that everything is down. Backup generator should be kicking in, and yet for some reason it isn't. Whoever's in charge of that must be distracted or is incapacitated. But your radio comes in, and you hear a voice on the other side that says, "Hello, rebel operatives. Do you read?"
Pick it up as a copy.
This is Brev Malo of Invictus Squadron, and I'm above your location. Good job turning down the AA guns. How's the what's the status on those blast doors?
We can't seem to hack it. We're trying our best.
Roger that. The TIE fighters are all dispatched, and we're sending in a B-wing fighter to open the hangar doors our way. Sit tight and stay clear of the hangar doors.
Copy.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in here?
Do we check Jenton's body for anything?
Haven't yet.
I will check his body.
He's got a key card.
Okay.
He's got the code written on his hand.
He does. He does have a key card, definitely, and he doesn't have too much on him. Just Imperial officer stuff, a little bit of jewelry, maybe. But one thing that does not stand out from all of the official things that he has, like the key card and everything, you find a little slip of paper.
And what's on this slip of paper?
It is dark, but through some source of light that you managed to find, you read through it, and it looks like a love letter.
Oh shit! I head to his office. How far is it?
His office is down the hall.
I run to it and I say, "Tal, I think I know where your mother is."
Okay. I go, what?
So
I immediately follow.
I'm helping Tal because I'm sure he's stumbling a little bit, and we're running with him.
Oh, yeah. I go grab my gun first, though.
Of course. So you manually open the doors, and the hall is completely dark, and you don't hear a single footstep, but down below you hear some blaster fire, and Wilhelm screams all over the place. And you run down the hallway to Jenton's quarters, which the blast door, the lights are on, which means that he has a backup generator that is hooked in to his area.
Selfish bastard.
But the blast door is locked.
We have the key card, don't we?
Oh,
You have a key card. Key card opens the door.
And I turn to Tal and I say, just breathe. What did your dad say about your mom? That she was somewhere safe where she couldn't be changed? Somewhere frozen? And I run into the room and I pull down that big curtain.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't remember who are watching, back in episode 2, I believe, part 2, we the party encountered Jenton for the first time in his office, and in the office there was this big giant brick of it was carbonite, and it was covered in a white sheet, and you didn't know who was in it or whether or not anybody was in it, but you knew that it was there, and so Tarek is now tearing the sheet off of it.
And once the sheet falls down, I read the letter aloud.
And the letter, it is a poem, but it's not too... I won't make you read it now, but it is addressed to Tal's mother. And Tal, in the dim light of Jenton's office, you see the outline, the relief of your mother frozen in carbonite. Her face is peaceful, and it's definitely hers, and her hands are reaching out slightly as if she's about to embrace somebody.
I stand and look at it for a second. All the things in the background kind of... all sounds and presence of other people just kind of, kind of leaving my consciousness as I look at my mother for the first time in way too long. Kind of trying to soak in soak in the moment without thinking about what's next. And then after I have that little brief encounter, all the blaster fire and all that stuff kind of comes back, and I just look over at Tark and Crichton, Tark, and I just say, "How do we get her out of here?"
I think once the city is ours again, we can worry about that.
And at that moment, the doors slide open, and standing before you is Mallory Evans. And her hair is disheveled, and her face is gritty and covered in soot. And she's panting heavily, and she says, "Fellas, the day is ours. The Nebulous is down, and the B-Wing has blasted its way into the hangar. Come with me if you want to live." And she turns around and makes her way towards the hangar.
I don't think I would necessarily follow.
Why not?
I would be interested to find if my father was alive.
And I want to know about Courtney.
Yeah, I think we'd have our own shit.
I would stay with my mother.
Okay. So she turns back and she walks up to the door again and says, "You guys aren't coming?"
We're not part of the rebellion. We're here for Barrack and the people that's in it. That's where we part ways.
And she nods and says, "I can understand that. Well, we appreciate all of your help that you've done for us, and I'm sure General Lore would like to extend his thanks as well. We're going to be establishing a presence here on Ebra, but I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I'm sure the General and the Commander will contact you within the next few days. All of the remaining stormtroopers are in custody, And other than that, there may be a couple more stragglers left out in the city, but I think you're pretty much in the clear. Barrack is safe.
I turn to Crichton and I say, we've overthrown one regime, and now they're stationing another.
I only pray that their presence here will not be felt in the same weight that the Empire had.
Yeah. And I walk out of the room.
And I do the same. I go over to her and I thank her somewhat, and then I say, Tyler, are you going to be okay?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay. Just like to say here.
I'll see you back at the bar. And I walk out to see Courtney. I say, Tark,
don't wait up.
I'll see you back at the bar. I'm going to go and see Courtney.
Mm.
Okay. So, Tal.
Yeah.
The conflict is over. And the realization that Ebra is again at peace sends a warm feeling shooting through your body. You feel close to tears as you look to your friends who are walking out of the room, and then to the carbonite statue of your mother. But your friends, these are the people who stood by you through the chaos. And it dawns on you just how close you were to losing everything you loved about your homeworld, had the Empire been able to strengthen its hold on it. You push these thoughts away, however. This isn't the time to imagine all the horrible possibilities that could have been. Though it has not been long since the Empire first arrived on Ebra's soil, you feel that you'll be forever altered by the events of the past few days. More than this, you feel that your destiny is calling you for great things beyond your own personal troubles. The end.
Now, did you need us to do a last roll or something for the community missions?
No, actually. The Nebulous was destroyed. And I'm going to leave it up to our very own Bob Lyle to write another one of his fantastic vignettes on exactly how that happens. But as I mentioned, his character, Captain Vizsla, had a vendetta against the general of the Nebulous. So it was destroyed despite the fact that the Rebel Squadron was busy fighting the TIEs and the shuttles, and despite the fact that all the ground forces and everybody, even the entire Rebellion fleet, didn't come to help. Somehow, Captain Vizsla still managed to take down the Nebulous on his own. So I'm going to leave it up to him to write that out, and I look forward to hearing what he comes up with.
We all look forward to hearing what he comes up with. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Star Wars Age of Rebellion Episode 1. Thank you so much for being here with us over these past 6 weeks. It has been such a blast. We want to do a huge thank you to our GM, our lovable lump, Justin James.
Thank you, Justin.
For not just putting together a fantastic game and a fantastic story, but also for tirelessly working on the community content, writing the community missions, writing all that kind of stuff. It has been a huge undertaking. And from us at the Invictus stream and from everybody watching, to Justin, a sincere thank you for putting that all together, because it has made it a memorable campaign.
Thank you.
We are definitely going to be visiting this world again in the future, so please, I know a lot of you guys have collected a lot of those vignettes and put them into a singular document. Have at it. I know Chris Lawrence has been doing it. I think it would be awesome to have an Episode 1 Bible, a short summary of the episode that we've played and all the vignettes and stuff. I think it'd be really cool. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free, because we're definitely going to be touching on definitely this series, Star Wars, the role-playing games again. and probably these characters can. So, again, thank you to Justin. Thank you to you guys for watching over these past 6 weeks. It has been such a blast to hang out with you guys every Wednesday, and it does not stop. So you stay tuned. And on that note, I'm going to mention a few real quick things before we do. Yeah, David, we will in a second. I'm going to do the other stuff first. Yes. I'm going to mention that, of course, Star Wars comes out Friday, so go see it if you have not seen it. Or if you have seen it, I should say, do not spoil it on the stream. I will ban you from the community, and I will blacklist you from everything. Don't be a jerk.
Don't
we will
tempt
have
me,
a post
do it.
next week about discussions for people who have seen it, but don't just come out and say it. We'll do spoilers, something like that. That being said, next week, that's next Wednesday, we are doing a special End of the World game, a one-off. That's right. End of the World, zombie apocalypse type Wrath of the Gods combined scenario called The Wrath of Santa. It is going to be starring myself, Justin, Dave, I believe. Alex is coming back, and our very own Mycl is going to be spending a little time with us, if all things go to plan. So come back next Wednesday. It's going to be very relaxed, very chill. I'm going to be drinking, so it's going to be very fun. It's going to be a lot of holiday cheer, because Christmas is coming up fast, guys. The week after that, we are going to be jumping into Alex's one-shot game. Yes, that's right. Our Alex is running a pirate-themed story that a few of us are going to be playing, so that's going to be interesting because Alex has never GM'd before, let alone on a stream, so we're going to find out how that is. After that, January the 6th, I believe, or the 4th? The 6th? The 6th. We are starting a brand new campaign. I will be announcing the title of the campaign. It's a system we have not used before. It is a system that is very exciting. And if anyone wants to create a guessing poll to type in, we will award, like we did last time, 1 XP to everyone who guesses the correct role-playing system that we're going to be using next. I won't tell you anything about it, but I will announce it at the end of next week's game, which is the End of the World, the Christmas one. So, without further ado, David, now, we are going to say one last time a thank you, a goodbye. From our universe to yours, from the one true universe known as Star Wars. Thank you to Michelle, most of all, for providing us with this fantastic music. Have a good weekend, guys. Enjoy Star Wars. We are going to see you next week. And as Chris always says,
see you around the table.